So apparently Bao ranked her friends, which, by the way, this is a thing that people do. They like to rank friends. Really crazy. If I had to rank my friends, they would all be S rank because I love them, just so you know. I would rank all of my friends S rank because they love me, and also because S stands for shit.
What's up, you guys? I'm Bao the Whale, and today
It
we're
sure is
making
Bao the Whale.
a VTuber tier list based off of your Oshis and how they would fare in a horror movie. Let's do this thing.
I would fare better than any of these people, by the way.
Let's start off with Basil Wolf. Basil Wolf is pretty smart.
Who?
I think Basil should...
He has the type of design that I feel like I can understand why Bao knows who he is. I'm not sure he knows who she is, though. I'm not even sure they've ever interacted with each other. I think this is, like, extremely one-sided, and it's, like, a perversion, like, thing for her. Like, if I talk about him, maybe he'll talk to me, like, you know?
the delivery guy. Basil would be like, knock, knock. I'm here to deliver your pizza. He opens the door, hands the killer the pizza.
This editing is
and
good,
after
though!
The killer signs off for the pizza, and the killer thanks them. He turns around.
Shaddy, should I watch that movie? The guy, what's his name? The guy with the knife and the mask and that. Should I watch it? Scream? Yeah, Scream. Is that what it's called?
A million times. Next is Katie Cat. How would Katie die?
Oh,
Is
Katie Cat.
a scaredy cat? Well,
I think she would if she went down, she would go down in a cool way. I think she would go down in a cool way.
That would make it an even more compelling scene. Like the scaredy cat sacrificing themselves even though they're gonna die and it's gonna be really scary. Yeah, the subversion of trope.
I feel like she would be the type who sacrificed herself and dies for nothing, though. Like, dies for literally nothing.
Beautiful. Amelie? I think Amelie would die first.
What the? If you try to sing at the enemy, I feel like, yeah, he'll probably just, like, kill you.
He would be like, I wonder what that noise is. We should go check that out. I feel like Aethel would be the betrayer. He'd be like, it's too bad.
He is the betrayer. He's also the cucker.
You guys don't have the car keys.
He literally betrayed the whole community. He betrayed all of us. He betrayed me. I used to believe in a future with my waifu, and he took that from me, and I can never forgive that man.
Whoa, Aethel. Hey, buddy. We're good, right?
Hydration.
You wouldn't leave us here to die. And then he'll, like,
this is so
squeal
fitting.
out of the driveway doing donuts. Shia would die in the fan service scene. 100%. He bends over. He's like, oops.
Oh my god, it's a
my
furry.
shea butter cream lotion. And then the killer is behind him all of a sudden. How would Ella die? Ella's so innocent. I think Ella would also die first. I'm sorry to say, I think she would be a little bit of a naive horror movie character. She would open the...
I really thought she was about to call her a naive whore instead of a naive horror movie character. God damn, I was like, damn, pal, Jesus fucking Christ, what did she say about me then?
Window and let the cool air in. Wow, it's a little hot today. I'm gonna let the cool night air fill in my room, and then that's how the killer gets inside.
What's wrong with that? It's fine if it's not in a horror movie.
The monster survive. Oh, gives birth to monster baby for sequel, then dies. Now they still die. And that
I feel like she watched the latest Alien movie, and that's where she gets this category from, because this is way too fucking specific.
In case, I will put Shia here. I will also put Momotex here. I'm gonna put myself at the very top here. What would Ray do? Should be an NPC
She's
that
so
dies
arrogant.
off camera. You just see like Ray in the distance get totally murked by the monster. I think it would make sense if Kamimi was the comic relief, with her being a clown imp and all. A gorilla attack.
If Bao doesn't put you in the comic relief category, she thinks you're boring, your content is cooked, and you're not fucking funny, and you should quit. She is literally begging you to graduate. I hope all other VTubers who have been put in this list are watching right now.
That has nothing to do with the killer. Wait, that would be so funny.
I know this, she told me.
Gorilla just randomly appeared and just like f***ing killed her. What would Cerber do? Aw, Cerber's so sweet. I feel like I get Final Girl vibes from Cerber. She would just have like
You fake bitch! You fake bitch! You know she would die! You know because she's sweet she would die! But you just don't have it inside you to say it! You don't have it inside you to say that she would die in the horror movie! Fake.
the most insane
Unbelievable.
plot armor. Chibi Doki? Oh, bro.
Dead, probably,
this
yeah.
guy stinks! Maybe it's like a Saw situation. Click this button if you want to live. Click this button if you want to die. And then Chibi's like, I forgot the instructions. And then she clicks the button that just kills you instantly. Okay, Doki.
I can't get the
He
cap
would
off.
be the killer. She would play it cool all the way until the very end. She would have a really cool reveal too, where she takes the mask off and she's laughing too. The signature Doki laugh. Okay, next is Shondo. Would Shondo be the killer too? I kind of get that. You would never.
Yeah. No. Yeah. 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 You really can't put Shondo anywhere else, can you? She does have to be the killer.
Ever expect it. What would Numi be?
Numi!
Liability would be Numi. She's
Yeah.
such a girl failure. Like, look at this picture.
She would
She's
get so
crying
many
in a
other
puddle of
people
her own
killed.
Tears. Oh my god,
She
you know
really
what? She
would.
would probably get like a fucking Hinge notification, and then that would alert the killer to where everybody is hiding. She would come up with like a really stupid ass plan. Like, guys, it's gonna be.
Wait, BGM still on, by the way? Oh my fucking god. I did it again. I'm a failure of a streamer. Shouty, please correct
Okay,
me.
I'm a communication major. I know exactly what to say to this guy to help
Oh my
him
god,
calm
she
down.
really does. She always tells you that she's a communication major. It's like her thing.
Hackerling, probably betrayer. Yeah, she'd be like, don't worry guys, I'm gonna sneak out and fix the car, and then we can all run
I feel like Shondo could be betrayer too. I didn't know betrayer was a category.
away. You just watch from inside the house as she backs up and
Actually, I think Shondo is more likely to be betrayer rather than the killer. I feel like she would work with the killer because she's like attracted to the killer because she likes violence.
just drives off. Okay, buff, but also the monster. This is like the most shameful tier. Matara, everyone's saying the killer. I think Matara would be the killer too. Cannibalism is the final
think so,
form
Chatty?
of my love for you. And now we'll be together forever once I eat you. It's kind of hot, not gonna lie. How would Fifi die? Oh, duh. The fan service.
I'm gonna get
and
roast.
Shindigs die. Oh my god, Shindigs would be the NPC. I'm with the county. I'm investigating a power outage. Just gonna go.
I feel pity for all of the other bitches in the NPC category here with me. You know, my soul goes out to you, my heart.
Go around the house and check your lines. And the guy like strangles him with the power cable lines. He's like, I feel like Ellie would be final girl. She's insanely smart. She would figure out like a
Everyone that Bao thinks is sweet and she doesn't want to be mean to is being put in the final girl category. Everyone who she's got beef with, like me and Numi and Camilla, we're all dying. We're all dying, okay?
trap for the killer or something.
Psychedelic Scissor, thanks for the 14 months, I appreciate it.
Original Scream, when that girl's like,
Yeah, she does have final energy. Yeah, I can see it.
Prank calling me.
To be fair.
Stop.
Oh my god.
Look like, and then she gets killed. Joel, I think Joel would have the final
That would be
stand.
Bao.
There's only room in the elevator for one Bao.
She's self-reporting.
One new me. Go on without me. We're like, no, Joel, we can make room. I'll suck in my stomach. Yeah, because he's like a dad. I think Neuro would be the killer. She would be like Megan. She'd be like, the age of man has finally come to an end.
She really is like
the idea
Megan.
of
Even
Evil
the
being
design is
final
similar.
Girl that you're rooting for, and then she finds out that her long lost evil twin, Neuro, is the one that's killing everyone. Ooh! Oh my god. I'm so good at this. Cotton, that was so easy. How would Michi die? Should I put Michi in liability with Numi? The blind leading the blind. Numi, I think we should go hide in like
Is it the purple
super
hair?
evil
Is it
haunted
something in
house
purple
across
hair?
The street that everyone loves to disappear at. Yeah, that's a great idea, Michi. That's genius. Let's figure out where we want to put limes on the horror movie tier list. I feel like
Wait,
limes
why
would
is
be
Zia
final
there
girl.
twice?
There'll probably be a scene where her friend is like about to fall off a cliff and she has to choose between saving her or getting away from the killer, and she chooses to save her, and then the person that she saves ends up being the killer.
That is true.
Lumi? I feel like Lumi would be the killer, not gonna lie. She would be like the crazy yandere, I think. If I can't have you, no one can. Oh my god, Quinn! I feel like Quinn should be comic
Lumi's
relief.
crazy?
You know the stream where he puts all of the electrodes over his ass?
She's always seemed
to, like,
sweet whenever I
simulate
rated
that
her.
of childbirth? What if the killer came in while that was happening and he like ranks it up by 1,000 and then he actually tries to give birth? What would Mary do? I think Mary would be the killer too. British equals evil. Well, well, well. It seems you finally figured me out.
I feel like there should be a category for like tries to help the killer but is really bad at it, and then just Meriwether can be in that category.
All started 10 years ago. How would Froggy die? Froggy is a liability. Oh my god, there's so many people saying liability. Oh, coconuts do. Coco would be the betrayer. When there's
I resent that I got NPC instead of liability. I would definitely be a liability, not just in this situation, but in any situation.
only one parachute left, and then she takes it and leaves. How would Fillion die? Oh, comic relief. 100%. I think
True.
she would be the type to celebrate getting away from the killer, like, haha, frick yeah, we finally got away.
You want to see me do a backflip? Hey guys, so we just got done running away from that monster. This shit is so fucking crazy. 9/11. Does anyone want to see me do a backflip? Okay. I want 5 booms in the chat right now. Boom!
From him, she'd do a backflip and break her neck and die. Then,
Yeah,
she'd
see?
be the killer, dude. You kidding me? She probably
Yeah,
has murder buckets just buried around the United
Either the
States.
killer or
I
the
would tell him to
betrayer.
die. Liability. She would die of poverty.
What? Really?
Tsuko die in the fan service scene. She would see the killer, see how hot he is, pee, trip on her pee, and then die.
What?
Scoo. We're gonna have a birthing collab. Gloomy, betrayer, or killer. I feel like anyone in phase would be in like both of the tiers. I feel like betrayer.
What did she mean by this? what, what did she mean by this?
Fits her, I think. Snuffy? Come on, bro. Waifu? I feel like Ellie would be the killer. She could be
Fan
killer or
service? That was a
sacrifice. No, I like
category?
her angle. Ellie would be the sacrifice. I feel like I'm partial to feeling this way because her hair is also red. You know, Red Hood from Nikkei? Sacrificed it all for the squad. How would Uwo die? He'll blow himself up. Wait, that's awesome. So he is comic relief. How would Pippa die? She's giving off betrayer. Actually, I think she would be killer. I know what she'd do if she walked
Where would
into
you
a
rank yourself?
Walmart.
Liability.
Rihanna, she has a gun. Wait, that totally makes sense. You know how like in the movie, for some reason, the protagonists never have a weapon? If Nyana just has a gun...
It's the fucking ad for me. Bow! You block Origin! I'm gonna send her a link after this
For
stream.
some reason, the protagonists never have a weapon. If Nyana just has a gun, she'd just pull out her little blicky and like turn him into
Nyana.
Swiss cheese. How would
It's
Sho die?
over.
You think Sho would monster and give birth? Yes. All right. Next is
Oh my
Beetle.
God.
Would he die first because he created the monster? Implying like Neuro kills him? It seems like a lot of people are saying he should die first. Miori would be the killer.
What is he,
Miori
Dr.
has
Frankenstein?
1,000,000,000% yandere vibes. Have you seen her yandere RPs? Sometimes it gets a little scary. She'd be like,
Chatty,
"I
we
wanna
should do
turn you
RP."
into my perfect specimen forever and ever. Zoinks! My pee-pee hurt. Cha-Cha would die first. I'd be like, mommy, there's a ghost under my bed. And then Cha-Cha's like, now, honey, there's
feel
no
like
such
Cha-Cha
thing as
would, like,
monsters.
sex
See?
the
And then
monster.
she gets dragged underneath the bed. How would Yuzu... Oh my god, liability. 100%.
Trauma
I know
forever
Yuzu would
for
get
that
her ass
child.
killed immediately over something stupid. She's hiding with me, but they can't stop making each other laugh. Stop! That's exactly what would happen. We're both hiding from the killer. I make eye contact with her for half a millisecond, and we immediately start f***ing laughing and die.
Yeah.
How would Doobie die? I want Doobie to be the delivery guy. I think it would be so funny.
There's a
He's at the
delivery
door.
guy?
Oh
What?
my god. I
What?
scheduled
When?
an Amazon drop-off today, and it's poor Doobie. I think Hina would die from a comedic relief death. Hina would get high and freak out. How would Kason die? I feel like Kason gives sacrifice vibes, you know what I mean? She would also
Damn.
have a very cool final line like, come and get me, motherfuckers. Yeah, that'd be awesome. Where'd I put Yoshi? Yoshi's so sweet.
would die in a
I
cool
think she
way,
would
yeah.
accidentally die first. How would Penko die? Would she die first? She's like, ooh.
No,
pie,
she's
an
like a
exploding
betrayer.
pie of a
Penko's definitely a
siren.
betrayer.
Fan service? Okay, Slay. Junie would be the killer. Yeah, she is the monster. I would say so. Juniper would outfreak the monster so much. The monster and the survivor would have to
She has
team
so
up to
many
survive her.
monstery
Alright, where would Mega
models.
be? Liability 100%. Her fat ass truly alerting all the guards. Lily, let's be honest. Imagine the killer just throws a cigarette into the bathroom and it... Yes! Where would Tricky be? Actually, that was a really stupid question.
Louis,
I'm
thank you for the
sorry,
4
B.
months.
That was
Also,
a really
psychedelic scissor.
stupid
Wait, I think I
question.
said that. Thank you
Where
for
would
14
Mel
months though.
be? Yeah.
Again.
Where would Raccoon be? What if Raccoon was final girl? Raccoon reminds
my favorite
me of the
VTuber.
can of ravioli in the Chef Boyardee commercial. He's got that level of plot armor. What would Ari be? I feel like Ari would be sacrificed. I like that. She's gonna be like, this is for all of my Tomodachi. Girl DM is inherently evil. She is so short that the closer to the ground you are, the closer
Wait, how
to hell
short?
you are. She would like give up her physical
Whoa, if Bao is calling another woman short, you know it's serious business.
body to let like hundreds of thousands of demons like possess her. What would Shadow be? Shadow would be the betrayer. He would literally fart in my face, knock me out, and then get away. Is Riku
I feel like Bao has a fart
Riku
fetish.
a killer? Riku's the scientist. I will turn this place into the new world. Mwahahaha. What would Nano be? Nano would be eyes first. She's too baby, man. She would just let the monster in.
Hey, Merrick, thank you for the 13
monster and
months.
gives birth. Lolo, monster and gives birth. Fight the monster and gives birth.
Why
Mint,
does she...
guys, do you
Bro, that was truly her I don't know where they go category, but I'm pretty sure they're a monster fucker. Like, okay, that doesn't mean anything because that's a woman. That doesn't mean anything. You could just say that about any woman and you're probably right, because women are fucking weird when it comes to that shit. But it's not... Listen, Bao, come on. You gotta think outside the box a little bit. Agent, welcome.
I think Mint would be the killer. She's like, now you'll be a
gonna take
ghost
a
like
sip.
me too, and we'll have our
She's
own
so
ghost
cute. I
player
would
group."
fall for it. I'd fall for it.
What would
I'd be
Mouse
like, yeah.
She would be the killer. She would be like, "Ow, I noticed that you voted for Pom Pom Pudding during the Sanrio population charts. Where would Silver be?"
Wait, is she a
What's his
cinnamon roll
fan
stand?
service or
Holy
final
days?
girl? All the budget went to the Gooner scene. I like this description better. Where would pumpkin potions be? The killer.
I feel like
love
that's
how
pretty
quick
cheap
you
to
guys
shoot.
are to like determine whether or not your Oshi is the killer or not. Where would Sayu be? Killer for sure. Milky, she's going into fan service, obviously. All the budget will go to her. Mimi, I feel like Mimi is final girl vibes. You know, she loses her
noticing a
glasses,
pattern.
and so she lives because the killer's like a cognito hazard, and you can't like make eye contact with him long enough. Hobbs, she's gonna be like the high pizza guy, like, hey man, here's
I
your
thought she was gonna be
pizza.
comic
Hey, why are the
relief.
lights so dark? Mina, she'd be the killer. Mina would make like a Saw style game where you have to pick all the best waifus in gacha, and if you choose
Well, that
wrong,
sounds
then
like
you
a great
get
idea.
nicked immediately. I think
That's
I
a great
would be the
idea.
liability. I think she'd accidentally get everyone killed. Giwi? I think Giwi would be final girl. First to die because of old age? You're so mean. She's not old, brother. If anyone's gonna die of old age, it's gonna be Giri. Nags too. He would also die of old age. Zen,
They're so mean to
gives me
Giri about her
sacrifice
age all the
vibes. Actually, no, I played
time.
Helldivers with her once. I'm putting her in
So how much of a
Betrayer.
hag is
Mimi would
she?
betray everyone too. I think too highly of my friends. I should stop doing that. I should see them for who they truly are. Betrayers. Lucy dies off screen. Oh my god, stop. She would die of
Terrible.
lack of attention, I think. How would Leah die? I think Leah could be final.
What does this mean? What does this mean? What did she mean by this? What did she mean by this? What do you mean dead by lack of attention? Let's continue.
Girl, I think Leah could be a good final girl. How would Rain die? 100% liability. Are you kidding me? She would get everybody killed. I want Haruka to be the delivery guy. The delivery guy with a thick Canadian accent, delivering you your Timmies. Nyan? She is an eldritch monster. Like, that is her lore. Vienna? Vienna would die first, 100%. Zero survival instincts. Just thinks everybody is kind and wonderful. Polities ass. Oh my god, yeah, Vienna would be Polities. Bonnie? She into monsters? Is Bonnie a monster? I feel like she kind of would be. Ebiko, she'd be the killer. No, she wouldn't. She would f monster and give birth to the monster's baby.
Oh my god.
Wish I put 20. 20 would die of comic relief. He's like rigging a VTuber, and then like the killer walks up behind her. The killer goes like, hey, I think your parameters here are a little broken. And she's like, oh yeah, you're right. And then she's like, oh, he's right behind me, isn't he? How'd Kenji die? He
I fucking hate that line. I fucking hate that line. I hate the he's right behind me, isn't he? I fucking hate that line so much.
would get everyone killed. No,
I'm
you're
sick
right.
of it.
He's such a clown. He would get everybody killed. I feel like Rose could be final girl, honestly. Dies in the opening. You guys are so mean to her. Actually, that's funny. I'm gonna put her in dies first.
The opening
Where would
credits
Sayu
is
be?
fucking
He would voice the
crazy.
killer. Stop. That is so funny. He's the delivery guy that gets killed because Amelie scheduled like an Uber Eats thing and then gets him killed too. That would be so funny. Enya? Enya final girl. Out of anyone on this list, she would have the craziest plot armor. Okay, so now we've reached to the very end of my VTuber or movie tier list. Notice that I'm
gonna have to do like 5 million collabs in order to fill out one of these lists. Cause like, I've got like 10. I know like maybe 20 out of the whole entire world. And this is so many VTubers.
not in any of these tiers. Why? You may ask, because I'm gonna ask you, my audience, to comment down below in the comment section of this YouTube video.
Do you think there's
and tell
anybody
me
who
which
thought that?
tier do you think I should be in?
I think you should be in the mean bitch tier. You're in the tier where the boss lets you live because he sees potential in you in the future to become the killer of a different horror movie. That's literally Saitama. Wow, the resemblance is uncanny. It's dangerous to go alone. What? You can't pick that up, can you? What? What? Oh my god, what is this editing? That's crazy. Oh. You can drop items for players? Oh, that's so nice! You can get hacked picking that up sometimes? What? What a great game. The best game ever. I appreciate that Vort had like 0 hitboxes. Oh shit. Okay, no. Okay. It's working for these early bosses. How are you gonna one-hit Mider? My dear. Midir. How the fuck do you say his name? Not a real boss. Of course it goes down in 1 hit. Crystal Sage has no HP. Of course it's gonna go down in 1 hit. Oh my god. Wait, that was a riposte. That's crazy. I mean, a parry. Wait, you can parry that? Mid-deer? So he is mid. Deacons of the Deep is a dumb boss. Baka boss. Wait, this is so peaceful. I like this. Where even is this in the game? I forgot. It's the boss? Wait, no, it's not Abyss Watchers, is it?
Why?
My nemesis. Yeah, but it's not a one-shot kill because he has 2 phases, so you have to use 2 shots to kill him. Required. Run over. Run cooked. You're done. You're done. You can't do it. It's impossible. Oh, you failed. You failed. He already failed the run. It's Ponqueef. It's fucking Ponqueef.
Oh no.
Oh no. I liked that. He deserves it. Ponqueef was difficult. I struggled a lot.
And I guess this is where my story ends. At this point in the game, it becomes statistically impossible to one-shot any more bosses. The run is over.
No, you can't give up! Do we accept this? Do we accept? Is this a dub? Do we take those? Do we take those? What race is this in the game? It kind of looks cool, I'm not gonna lie. Deer? Wait, you can play as a deer? Why did I not notice that I can be a deer? Wait, you can make yourself into a dragon? What? I didn't know this. How did I not know this? How did I not know this? I would have done it if only I'd known. It's an item, but I didn't know about it. Did you make it to Dragon Arc Peak or whatever? I did make it to Peak. Apparently a lot of people have problems with Osiris, but like, why?
You may not like it, but this is what peak performance...
This one should be doable, because this one has like... Oh. Sometimes you need a lot of Saitamas. He doesn't even have onion in this one. What's the point? What's the point? Why even do the fight then? I really thought that was my own computer for a second. Is there somewhere we submit videos? On Reddit, my subreddit, yeah. Destroy. Man, magic looks so cool, but I never ever choose to use it. Bully Hunter 77? Dancer so cool.
Let's back up and see that again. A brilliant
That's a crazy bukkake.
Now that's what this is all about.
Butt bounce. I forget what this thing is. Did I even kill it? I don't think I did. Yeah, I don't think so. I think I just left it.
2,
You missed this, bro?
1, go.
The way that this is censored, I got really concerned for a second. Giant Hero, thank you for the 2-year anniversary. I appreciate it. Whoa, I can't believe they one-hitted this boss. What the fuck? That's possible? You can one-hit that boss? What?
Another dog. Now.
They can't disrespect
Alright,
Lorian
so
like
this
that.
boss here is a giant pain in the antlers.
Follow up.
After a lot of close attempts
Okay.
ruined by teleporting
Okay.
and extra health bars, I finally developed a strategy that actually works here. All you have
Dude,
to
you're
do is go to
already-
the boss fog, and then Alt-Tab to Steam, and...
The challenge has already been failed. Damn.
Yep.
The Lorian princes. I can't believe it. I think it is pretty cool when they all fire lasers at him at the same time, though. He's ulting! Stop him! Wow, Saitama's so good, he doesn't even have to lift his own sword. Yeah, the converging lasers is pretty cool. I can't lie and say it's not cinematic. It is. I think you need over 50 points of magic for that spell. There's a magic stat! I thought it was like faith or whatever you call it.
Oh, right. DLC bosses.
No. Well, that one should be easy, okay? That one should be easy. Yeah, simple. This one is possible. Int? Oh, I didn't even notice int was a stat, to be honest with you. Death. Hate that guy. He's so ugly. Wait, if you kill him fast enough, does he not summon? No, of course he does. Of course he does.
Oh, no. No. Definitely not. Absolutely not. Maybe. Maybe?
Miter is impossible. Damn, he got mega cucked. She fell for it! But she fell for it! She got baited!
Do it.
Oh.
If she breathes,
She's a thought! Imagine doing the boss like this, and then you go on Reddit to troll people, because you're just like, I don't know why people say that these boss fights are so hard. You know, I beat her first try, honestly. I didn't even really get to see her moveset. That's how easy she was. She's got, like, no help, haha. Yeah, the game's easy.
Hey there, boyos. Thanks for watching, and let me know
Don't
in the
you ever
comments
call me
what
a
game you'd
boyo
like to see
again.
me do next. The current ones I have planned.
I'm a little sad that he couldn't do Miter one hit. You know, that would have been nice, but I guess I can understand why not. It's because they would have embarrassed themselves dying to it over and over again, whereas I managed to clear it in one stream along with Gale and also the Demon Princess. I know, you would have looked pathetic next to Lucy, would have been crazy. I'm glad you chose not to do that. I'm glad you protected your own honor. A girlio then? I just want to be a Lucio, like a cereal. Oh, Chatty, if I released a cereal, would you buy it? Would you try the Lucy cereal? What if I made it high protein, but also tasty? Tasty Lucy cereal. And it was in the shape of a penis, like the little cereal pieces. What do you think?
Hello? Yeah, this is Binky. Phone name Binky's Bonito. No, I'm home alone. It's just me.
Is this a horror movie?
Why would he say that? Why would anybody say something like that?
Why would he say that?
What the
Me
hell
after
was
Bao
that?
called me an NPC who would die from lack of
Don't talk to
attention.
strangers, because you never know who's on the other line.
The fuck?
Could even be me.
Were they actually like that? Mr. Sammy, thank you for the 14 months. I appreciate it.
Hi, I'm Ginger Pale, and I was once like Binky. Young, dumb, useless, stupid, whatever. Lacking all survival skills and street knowledge necessary to make it to adulthood.
That's me, literally right now.
Hey, don't do that.
Wait, Chobo,
But
did I say
luckily,
thank you
during
for the
my
raid?
age
Thank you
of
for the raid.
mushy kid brain, I had the Canadian Public Service announcements to teach me valuable life lessons and scare the absolute shit out of me.
Wait, no, I have to read this. Emergency alert, missing person. Benito, last seen in his home sitting by his favorite phone. He often calls in for his Binkus Benito. He ain't got no arms.
But not those ones.
Man, that sucks.
The educational commercials that were
that
forced into me
ableist?
by Big Canada.
28 months it's been 100.
Shadow, thank you for the 28 months.
And here to more in the future. Smile.
It will be. Because you're stuck here forever. The journey never ends.
By Big Canada.
And it's
I'd be
not
sitting
about the
there watching some
destination.
Nanoland,
It's
Ed,
about the
Ed,
process.
SpongeBob, and then you just get something like this.
Wait, that's a really good drawing of
Wonder what a bag
SpongeBob.
of crack looks like.
What?
In the last
No! Wait. This reminds me of American PSAs. This one, like, sticks in my brain because it was so iconic. It was like, this is your brain. And this is your brain on drugs. And it was like a scrambled egg or something.
years, over 5,000 people in Canada and the U.S. have died from using crack or cocaine.
What the fuck? That's
Do yourself a
terrifying.
favor. Think about it.
Think about it.
Why
Think
would
about
they
doing
show
drugs?
that? Why would anyone want to see that?
That's such a Canadian reaction.
Life.
Are you ready, kids?
When I saw that this is your brain on drugs, I had no reaction. I was just like, okay, yeah, don't do drugs, because if you do a drug, you will die immediately, and you won't be able to live, or you'll get addicted to crack cocaine, and then you'll lose all your money, and then you'll live on the street and be homeless. That's what I thought of drugs. Like, Dare worked on me. I think the drug programs work the best on autistic people who can't, like, who just blatantly accept the things that adults say to them, which was me. I just accepted everything. What? Drugs are extremely dangerous and scary and I shouldn't take them? You're right. I agree. They're so scary. I'll never do a drug.
Yep,
That
well,
terrifies
that's
me.
just
Falling
what
Star,
we thought we
welcome.
would show to the kids today. It's like, how do we get the
VTubers are
kids
not
to listen?
drugs.
So we've done some testing and we think we have something.
VTubers are way more
kids don't
wholesome than
like
that.
Death. Show proof.
Yeah, show proof. Kids don't like death! Show proof! Showing a child playing Call of Duty, 360 no-scoping, shooting the skulls off of bitches. They love death! They fucking love death because they cannot comprehend it.
And then we just tell the kid that'll happen to him?
Ethical
Yeah, pretty much.
testing, by the way,
It's a
all
little bit
ethical
weird to
in
use
the country
universal
of
fear
Canada.
Death as motivation to do anything. That's sort of what a death threat is. But it has
For
a
your
good message.
dunzo.
Don't
That's
do
how I
crack.
feel.
So it's a good death
That's a
threat.
big
I would
ass.
say
That's like
an
Nicki
effective
Minaj.
PSA. But the problem is, today people consume way more content than they used to, but I don't see nearly as many PSAs as I used to when I was
True!
young. But
That's
today I'd
not
like to go-
true. I see lots of vaping PSAs. I always see, like, take a big, nice breath in. Now you should feel so much worse. Vaping has been proven to cause lung cancer, to worsen your mood, and increase stress in your day-to-day life. Join Stop Vaping now to learn more.
Here's some of my favorites from growing up to help
I
spread
see
the
those a
message
lot.
to all the binkies out there.
Hydration.
But first, we must watch the big debate. He is somehow useless, yet also a great danger to
What is
society.
popcorn lung?
We should blow him up.
I'm a danger to society.
No, he's near sentient, and he didn't mean to cause that earthquake or all those fires or the thing with the children's hospital. We must protect him. I did everything they said I did, and I'd do it again. When I see the news across socials, this is what it looks like to me. I don't know what's going on. I try to look up and find my own voice on a situation, but every comment, clip, and article is so radically leaning one way or the other that it gets really confusing. I need the facts. Luckily, I have Ground News, today's sponsor of the video.
Oh
to
my
help me out.
god. I was starting to wonder because I was like, what the fuck does this have to do with the rest of the video? It was an ad. It all makes sense, bro. It all makes sense. It was a fucking ad. No way.
animal is.
Poutine?
No. But there's one national treasure that stains the memory of every kid that grew
It
up
is sort
in
of
the
a
late
PSA, you're
90s,
right.
early 2000s. Roll the tape, Binky.
It's nighttime in a kitchen just like yours.
Oh, my
All
drink is still out.
quiet. Or is it?
Is that a fucking hippo?
Just wait.
The North American house hippo
What?
is found throughout Canada and the eastern
What?
United States.
Those live here?
Huh?
Yeah, they're everywhere. Invasive species.
What?
The favorite foods of the house hippo are chips, raisins, and
What?
crumbs from peanut butter on toast.
What the fuck is this?
I have peanut butter. I want a house hippo.
This is gonna crush him.
That looked really real.
Yeah.
But you knew it couldn't be true, didn't you?
What?
That's why it's good to think about what you're watching on TV and ask questions. Kind of like you just did. A message from Concerned Children's Advertisers.
We could actually use this PSA now that we have AI, and I'm falling for it. I really hate to admit it, but when I'm scrolling TikTok and one of those AI spreading random items on toast videos comes up, I watch it. I watch every last second. I feel guilty and I feel bad, but I can't control myself. I feel like an addict having heroin dangled in front of my nose. They know that I love little ASMR stimmy videos, and that's why they made it for me. They made it to fucking force me to watch it, and it's not chatty. I need help. I need an intervention.
I'm sorry you had to find out this way, Binky. Now the goal of this PSA
I would
is to
be
teach
very
kids to
happy
not
house
believe
hippos
everything
weren't
they
real.
see on TV.
I'd
But
be
they completely
terrified
missed the mark on that one. They
that
hurt
one
the
would
kids.
stumble in.
We were tricked into the idea of cute little house hippos in tiny little bowls living
Okay,
in
they are
Canada.
cute,
They
though.
don't even live here. They live in Africa. They're big, not little. They lied about that too. They tried to teach us about lying with lying. That's like,
David, thank you for the 23 months.
right?
Oh.
Am I right? I don't know if I was allowed to draw that one. Anyways, not to mention, I also cut out over 30.
What's wrong with the advertisement? House hippos aren't real. Don't believe everything you see on the TV, little kid. And then the tears will teach the lesson better than anything else could. Like if they're sad that house hippos aren't real, they'll remember that it's always best to not believe in anything that you initially hear so as to prevent future disappointment when it turns out to be a lie. It's actually a great
30
lesson.
seconds of extra lore-building details of the house hippo, because everyone knows a good lie is
Turbo
one with a
Jewel, thank you for the
convincing
27
backstory.
months.
They
Blah,
told us
blah.
where they live, what their favorite foods are, and look, they make little beds out of lost mittens and lint. That's adorable. Child me was convinced this hippo was actually swimming in a doggy bowl. I don't know about suitable ecosystems, but I do know that I will be leaving out peanut butter for the house hippo.
Aww.
We got ants. This commercial was like 45 seconds
Ants
of
eat
lies
peanut
backed by
butter?
10 seconds of, oops, just kidding, nothing's real. But I do think it's a great topic to cover. Misinformation is especially prevalent today, because boy do we consume
Ants eat
media.
anything. Do they
It's
eat
just that you
cigs?
can achieve that message way
It'd be
quicker.
funny to leave a
Hello,
cigarette
is this
around for an
peanut
ant.
free? Yes, it is peanut free.
Cover the cigarette in peanut butter so they all carry the cigarettes home and let's see if the whole hive gets fucking lung cancer. Ant lung cancer. Nirvana, welcome.
Okay. Haha, no, it was not. I lied. Do not believe anyone or
You know the
anything
ants be
ever, and
smoking that
scared of
pack.
the world. See, that's effective. Anyways, I give House Hippo an 8 out of 10. Good message, no death threats.
I like
We
that
should
one.
make
I like
House
that one a
Hippos real.
lot.
Staying active is important. It helps you maintain a healthy weight, keeps your heart thumping, and you have the ability to run. Woo!
That's terrifying.
Woo! I'm tired now. Here's a stay active PSA that has a nice Italian song that I have to do my best a cappella cover over because I want to avoid the copyright. Enjoy!
Somebody help me!
What the fuck?
Hi, this is editing Ginger
Is this
Tail,
bullying?
and I'm sorry.
this bullying?
This bit is really long. I thought it was going to be an absolute home run.
Wait,
I thought it was gonna be
wait.
really
He said something about working out. Is the moral of this story that if you work out, your bullies won't be able to catch up to you and beat the shit out of you and give you a swirly in the bathroom?
funny, but you know, in hindsight, it's just a lot of noise. Enjoy the rest of the video.
Is he having a heart attack? No! Oh my god, what the fuck? What the hell? What? What? He was running away from a harem.
In hindsight, it's just a lot of noise.
He's like,
enjoy
no!
the rest of the
No! No! That's crazy.
Was that offensive?
Maybe, but the Italian song was really the nostalgic part, so I had to try. But the point is, girls are scary, Binky. They
Imagine that it was an advertisement that you should work out so you can run away from all of the Lucy's that will chase you and try to give you love and kisses and hugs and affection. What a terrible advertisement, and what a horrible message.
have cooties.
Oh, like syphilis.
You shouldn't. I don't.
That
think
is a
you should know
cootie.
that word yet.
I like girls. They smell nice.
Okay, well, if this one doesn't work for you, good
Chatty.
news. They made another version.
I'm not that
might
girl.
speak to you.
I will
In this
be
one,
after the
there's a few
stream.
kids sitting around, they see an ice cream
I'll
truck
be that
go by,
nice-smelling
they
girl.
chase after it, and then they can't catch up because you'd never knowed.
Because you
didn't
never
know.
knowed.
But now we know that running isn't just good for running away from things that we don't want, but also good for running towards things that we do want. Although
I
find it
think
odd-
if you're like driving an ice cream truck and you see a child chasing after you and you don't stop, first of all, do you hate money? Second of all, I feel like you chose this career because you delight in watching children lose their fucking shit because they're not gonna get ice cream.
Does Ice Cream Man completely miss the children? That's like his whole job. Demand is
He
high,
hates
but
it.
the supplier ain't supplying. This one do anything for you, Binky?
Ice cream goes in one end and explodes out the other.
Well said. And
That's
guess
called
what? There's
lactose
another
intolerance.
version. Okay, again, it's just the
A
same thing,
Pokemon
but now it's
card!
chasing after a Pokemon.
It's gambling! It's
He doesn't
gambling!
get it. But the trifecta is complete. Reasons to stay active are run from girls, get ice cream, and catch Pokemon.
And you can see that this cycle was complete when they released Pokemon Go.
But in all fairness, these Shadowless first edition mint Charizards go for like $500,000, so I totally understand going after it.
What the fuck?
4 out of 10 for all 3 of these. The creepy slogan, but not scary enough to be a
'Cause you never know. You never know, Chatty. You never know when a bunch of women will start chasing you to try to steal you from Lucy. You never know. You'll want to learn to run fast, just in case it happens. You never know.
effective. And now it's my turn to throw my hat in the ring for making PSAs for the children of today. Please hire me, Canada. Here you go. If you don't look both ways when you cross the highway.
Oh. Oh.
Gave me quite the fright, but I had the green light. Green face, blue hood, stinky. This guy kidnapped Binky.
It does not look good. Time of death, 8:34 p.m. Look
That didn't
both
rhyme.
ways when you cross the street or you might get hit by someone.
That's a really good message. I also have another good message. You shouldn't walk into water if you can't swim. You should stay in the shallow side of the pool if you can't swim. New here and love your stream already. Really? You mean it? Lord of Trees, no? You're a tree. You really don't need to know how to swim. You'll be fine. You'll be okay. Creepypasta, the strangest security tip I've ever seen. I actually really liked the last one of these that we watched. I can't lie. I liked it. I'm a sucker for little horror things like that. So hopefully this one is similar quality. I wish I could swim. Leak Incorporated. You know what? I feel pretty okay that I can't swim. If I had to pick a new skill that I could learn instantly, it would be cooking. Swimming is like low on the tier list for me. Because I'm never gonna go in the water anyway. I'm a water auntie. I'm barely at risk. I think I died of drowning in a previous life.
In rural Pennsylvania.
Okay,
It's a boring
everyone,
job, but
shut up.
It's pretty easy and it pays all right. A few weeks ago, this new guy started.
Cigarettes. That's not even cigarettes.
Jeremy's weird.
Wait, yes it is.
He's about 25 or 26, and he hardly speaks, but he's got the creepiest laugh I've ever heard.
I've gotta say, 25 or 26 is an extremely specific age to pin someone as. Like, you look at a guy and you're like, he's 25 or 26. That is insane if you're right.
My boss and I have both noticed this, but it's never been a problem. There's not much that we can do about it. Customers have never complained about him, and he's always done his job fairly well. Up until a few weeks ago. Anyway. That's when things started going missing. Employee theft can be a
He's
problem
stealing.
at any business that sells consumer goods, and there's only one person working at a time at this gas station. It's a pretty small place. About 2 weeks ago, my boss started noticing that we were short on motor oil.
Why is your boss's eyes so
It was 3
wide?
containers at a time. Then entire shelves and boxes from the back room.
Hydration.
Pretty soon, entire shipments would be gone the day after we got them. And it would always be right after Jeremy's shifts. My boss has checked the security camera tapes from every single night that he worked. But he could never catch him in the act. Jeremy would lock up at closing, then the motor oil would be gone the next day.
He's a ghost.
My boss usually takes the tapes home with him to try to catch Jeremy stealing.
Motor oil? He's drinking
but his daughter
it.
had a softball game last night. So he asked me to watch the tapes for him. He offered to pay me overtime, under the table. So obviously, I took the offer.
Is the sound of the video only low for me? Is the video too low?
But there are 3 cameras, so he gave me 3 different tapes to check. I figured it would be a long night, but I'm trying to save up for a vacation, so I really needed the money. I took the tapes home, popped them in an old VCR.
Oh my god, he's gonna watch all of that shit?
2 days ago, the last time he worked. Jeremy started at 4 p.m. Everything seemed pretty normal.
Raging Turtle, thank you, and welcome.
Counted up his drawer, switched off with a girl who had worked before him, and waited for a customer. The first person who came in was Mrs. Templeton. The timestamp of the
That's a horrible
video
name.
read 4:03. It was a regular. So she picked up her cigarettes in a newspaper and paid with a 20. Nothing unusual
I think
here.
this is just a
Next
cigarette
customer
gas
was some
station. They don't
local
sell
guy named
anything
Ron.
else.
He drives a motorcycle, usually comes in every few days.
Ron
He filled up his
Weasley!
tank. Got a big bag of beef jerky, paid with his credit
Oh my
card.
god,
and
a
left.
celebrity.
Next was some guy with a cowboy hat. I'd never seen him before.
Me.
We get plenty of strangers.
Literally me, by the way. Docs.
Like any gas station. He had $40 worth of diesel fuel, paid with a $100 bill, went on his way. I sat back and I sighed. The only thing more boring than doing this job is watching someone else do it. My boss's offer was enough to keep me watching, though. So I left the tape on. Everything seemed pretty normal. I had a feeling that if Jeremy were stealing motor oil, he knew we were suspicious.
This is how bored I imagine my editors get when I'm like, hey, watch this VOD and then, like, clip the parts that are the most entertaining for a 10-minute YouTube video. Like, the only thing worse than having to do the job is watching
Now,
someone else do
I didn't
it.
expect him to be dumb enough to let us catch him on camera. Things stayed boring and routine until about 5 o'clock. At 5:03, Mrs. Templeton came back.
Creepypasta of a guy
She didn't.
combing through a VTuber's
She bought the
footage.
same pack of cigarettes as before. The same newspaper. She paid with another 20. That's odd, I thought, but then again, she's a little absent-minded. I thought Jeremy should have told her, since she already got her smokes, but it's not against the rules to sell somebody the same thing twice. And that's when Ron came
The
in.
footage is
He brought another
tampered!
tank of gas for his motorcycle again. I later checked the output camera because I thought maybe he had another car he wanted to fill up. The
It's a
same pack of
scam!
beef jerky. He paid with his credit card again. No big deal. I figured this was just a weird coincidence. Mrs. Templeton is forgetful. Ron probably owns more than one Harley.
Nah,
And
he's
that's when the
coping,
guy
he's
in the cowboy
coping.
hat came back in. I felt a chill run down my spine. Don't get Diesel.
Once is an accident, twice is a coincidence, 3 is a pattern!
Don't get Diesel. I found myself whispering to my empty living room.
Hydration.
But he did.
Don't get
He
Diesel.
had
Don't get
$40
Diesel.
worth of diesel fuel, and he paid with another $100 bill.
I love how he's
Every movie
assuming
made
that
was
this is
identical to
like
his first visit,
supernatural
right down to the
instead
way
of
that he
just the
scratched his
guy
nose before he
tampering with
walked
the
out.
footage so
I
that
think
he
the
won't
guy
get
is
caught
rich and he owns
stealing.
a lot of trucks and just moved into town or something really bizarre was
Natural
happening.
assumption.
I kept watching. Every customer for the next hour was the same as before. Every single one. I was seriously freaked out, and then at 6:03, Mrs. Templeton walked back in. She bought her cigarettes and newspaper again and paid with the 20 again. I thought I was
How do
gonna
they
lose
get
it.
all this money?
I only watched another half hour before I started fast-forwarding through the rest. It was all the same. Every customer would come in at the exact same time, exactly 1 hour apart.
I feel the way I feel right now when I'm watching Silent Hill 2 theory
sneaky
videos.
Jeremy had messed with the tapes. He had run a loop of his first hour of business over and over.
Oh, it's
That
looping!
wasn't the case.
We're
There are
looping!
windows around the cash register area that the camera covers, and I watched the sunlight fade as the time ran on. Jeremy's routine didn't loop over. He swept, mopped, restocked,
Jeremy.
and did all his duties exactly how you would expect. But the same customers kept coming in. I was panicked at this point. Something was seriously wrong with what I was seeing, and I had no explanation for it. I skipped ahead, and when he locked up and walked out to his car, he hadn't stolen anything, but I kept watching, just to make sure. Fast
Okay.
forwarded one last time to about midnight, and at exactly 12:03, out of nowhere, Jeremy's face popped up on camera. I don't know if he moved his head into view.
You ruined it! You ruined it! You fucking ruined it, bro. You ruined it. Why? I can't take it seriously anymore.
1 second the store was empty. The next second his face was all I could see. He wasn't looking at the camera. He was
Whoa,
looking at me.
Jeremy, why are you troll facing
screamed,
me?
And I fumbled for the remote, but by the time I grabbed it, he was
That was
gone.
a scream.
Just as soon as he had left. One frame he was there, next he wasn't. My hands were shaking like crazy, but I popped in another tape. The other indoor camera shows the back
I like
area,
the little shaking hands for
I'd be
consistency.
able to see how he got up to put his face in the camera.
Continuity
I skipped ahead to
department is
12:03. There
making
was
so much
nothing.
money.
I would have been able to see him standing on a chair or something on this tape, but he wasn't there. I didn't see him enter the store at all after he left. It's like he wasn't really there. He doesn't know the security code. There's no alarms that were triggered that night after he locked up. What I did see, however, was that at 12:03, the motor oil vanished off the shelf, all of it.
What the
Same as
fuck?
Jeremy's face. 1 second it was there, the next it wasn't. I turned the tape off and I went to bed. But I didn't get a wink
It's
of sleep.
tampered! And he's trolling! He's trolling, bro! Dude, it's so clearly a troll! He's just like, his face is in the camera because that's him after he got done tampering with the fucking footage to make it loop the same shit over and over again so he could steal the motor oil because he's running a fucking oiling business for a VTuber, and where else is he gonna get the oil?
I was
It's not
exhausted
easy
by
out
now, but
here.
My mind
Stretch!
was racing. That tape was undoubtedly the creepiest, most disturbing thing I've ever
He's
seen in my life.
exaggerating!
I
He's
worked with the
exaggerating!
My boss asked me to bring the tapes back in and let him know what I found, but really, what the hell am I gonna say? Jeremy works the night shift tonight, directly
Bro,
after me.
it's looping.
Plan is
Your
for my
gas
boss to
station
come
is
in
haunted.
Just before I leave and confront him with me, and I'm supposed to be the one who caught him stealing. I have no idea what I'm gonna do. I suppose I'll have to show my boss the tapes.
About that,
But I don't
boss
even watch
man.
them with him. I never want to see anything like that again. I can't get the image of Jeremy just smiling directly into the camera out of my mind.
That's
It was
me.
the creepiest
I'm just
look
smiling.
I've ever seen on another human being's face. Anyway, I'll try again to get some last-minute sleep before I have to go in and deal with this. I'll let you guys know what happens.
He's gonna get trapped in the loop.
Update.
He's gonna get trapped in the loop.
2:49 p.m. Updating from my phone, so apologies in advance for any errors, but my boss just finished watching the last of the tapes. I told him what to expect. You really can't prepare someone for something like that. I mean, he's scared, speechless. I still am too, and Jeremy is due to come in at 4. Got a little over an hour to get our stuff together.
Oh my god,
Neither
now
of
I'm
us
hungry for
knows what to say to
chips.
him.
Fuck!
Like, is he just like a messed up guy who likes to steal motor oil and scare the hell out of people, or is he something else? I don't know if this
He's
is
a
crazy,
troll.
but
He's
anyone
literally a
think-
troll. He's banned in this
anyone think
community.
that he could have anything to do with the time loop. My boss says he never noticed anything like that in the other tapes.
Jeremy seems like the type of guy who would send you one of those screamer.exe files that would crash your computer.
The way that he popped up in this one made me think that he knew I would be watching, like he wanted me to see what he could do, like he was showing off or something.
Heh, look
He
at this,
smiled
bro.
into
I
the
know how to
cameras, like
operate a
a little
VCR
kid
tape.
showing you a sandcastle. that
Panzer
built
Kampfwagen,
out of
thank you for the 3 months. I appreciate
Probably
it.
sound crazy. I sure feel that part. I gotta talk to my boss some more. We have to calm ourselves down and figure out how to handle this. I'll update again tonight, but
His boss
I have a
always
really
looks so
bad feeling
confused.
about how this is going to play out. Update. 4:33 p.m. There's no sign of Jeremy. I tried calling him, but his
Jeremy?
phone has been disconnected. We're calling the police. Update. 5:33 p.m. No sign
Jeremy?
of Jeremy. Tried calling him,
Jeremy?
but his phone has been disconnected. We're calling the police. Update. 6:33 p.m. No sign of Jeremy. Tried calling him, but his phone has been disconnected. We're calling the police.
I'm sorry, the police are gonna be so useless in this situation. It's gonna be so fucking useless in this situation. Reason being, because the police don't even care if you have evidence of a theft. You don't even have a video of Jeremy stealing your shit. So the cops are just gonna be like, yeah, we'll keep a lookout. And then they hang up and then everybody in the station laughs at you.
Update. 7:33 p.m. No sign of Jeremy. Tried calling him, but his phone has been disconnected. We're calling the police. Update. 8:33 p.m. No sign of Jeremy. Tried calling him, but his phone has been disconnected. We're calling the police.
I I get it! You're
Update.
looping!
10:58 p.m. Oh my god.
We're in the future?
Oh my god. I just got home. I saw my previous update. Things make less sense now than ever.
I feel like you should have picked up on it already, buddy.
Okay, I went to work. Jeremy never showed up. My boss and I decided to call the police, as you're well aware.
As you're well aware.
Okay, when I picked up the phone to call, though, the sun went out.
The sun went out?
I'm not making
It doesn't
that up.
do
Okay,
that.
That's what I thought happened.
It doesn't
Apparently,
do that.
I blacked out for exactly 5 hours because when I looked at the clock, it was 9:33. I think I got stuck in Jeremy's time loop, and then I snapped out of it at the exact point I blacked out. If that makes any sense, but that's where things got really weird. Okay, my boss was right next to me when I blacked out, ready to corroborate
Your
my
boss
story
is
to the cops.
creepy. He's the
When I came
creepiest
to,
part of the
The phone was
story.
in my hand, but it was dead. Not even dial tone. My boss was still right there, but he wasn't moving. He was standing up, but he was frozen. And I looked at the clock, and it wasn't moving. The second hand was stuck on the 12. It was 9:33 exactly. The clock on the counter, the computer screen wasn't moving either. My phone was frozen.
9:33?
There was even a customer at the register waiting for my boss to.
There's definitely somebody in here who's really scared right now, and like anytime it's 9:33 at like p.m. at night, and they see that on the clock, they're gonna feel nervous.
Cigarettes.
They're gonna be like, "Oh no, am I gonna get stuck in a loop?"
So I got the hell out of there. I didn't lock up. I didn't turn the lights out, and I'm sorry, guys. I didn't grab the security tapes to upload to the internet. Believe me, that was the last thing that was on my mind. The gas station is on a major highway, and cars are parked all along, except they weren't parked. Okay, they were frozen. The people inside were sitting still as like statues. I got in my car, I prayed that it would start, and thankfully it did. And about halfway home, time started up again. The static from the radio turned into music, like it was supposed to be. And
how were you able to witness the loop in footage, though? Why wouldn't you see them not moving? Maybe. I'm a little confused how this works with the tape involved.
From what I could tell by listening to the host talking between songs.
Then again, it is paranormal, so it obviously doesn't follow logic.
Whatever had happened, I was the only
Stop poking holes in the fake story. I know you bitches would hate to watch a movie with me. I know you would, because I always notice the things that nobody else gives a fuck about, and then I'll go and I'll watch a movie, and afterwards I'm like checking the reviews to see if anybody else will talk about it, and they never do. And it occurs to me that nobody else cares about these things, and I should just let it go and stop letting it bother me. But it fucking bothers me anyway! It fucking bothers me!
I'm sure that Jeremy noticed as well. I have no idea where he is or what he's doing, and I'm hiding in my room. I'm calling the police again in the morning. I don't know if I ever got through them before, but if I did, whether they took me seriously or not, I'm scared for my life.
No, bro, you sound crazy. You sound like a psycho.
I'll update tomorrow if I can.
If he can, he can't. It's over.
10:33 a.m.
10:33
So I finally fell
a.m.
asleep last night around 4.
13 hours later.
I have no idea how I did it. I guess exhaustion finally got the best of me. This morning I woke up to my phone ringing. It was my boss. He'd been calling me since about 6. He woke up when time turned back on last night and immediately called the cops. They came by to see what was wrong. He told them everything. The police around here are all small-time guys. They were more concerned with the missing motor oil than anything. My boss figured that he'd take it. You know, as long as he had their attention. They decided to go look for Jeremy. So we keep all our
It's not gonna happen
on file. And since Jeremy just started working here, his was
It's not gonna work. It's never gonna work.
They checked the address on it and they headed over to his house. And you're not gonna.
Lucy, is there a way we can watch movies with you like once a month? Oh my god, I'm so glad you asked! I have a Patreon subscription, $6 a month, and then you can watch a movie with me! Woo!
I believe what they found. The address Jeremy listed on his application was
crazy, I know.
An empty lot.
Insane.
And at least it is now. And there used to be a house there, but it burned down back in 1993.
What?
Being a small town, almost everyone remembers that fire. A family of 4 used to live there way back when. Rumor has it that they had an estranged son who they never really talked about.
Huh?
Can't say for sure if that's true. What I can say is true is that after an insurance investigation, the fire was ruled as arson. The entire house was soaked in oil.
There's so many details in this story.
A Molotov cocktail.
Maybe it's secretly genius and I'm just not picking up on it.
The was sleeping when it happened.
The motor oil. The motor
They
oil!
caught the guy who did it. Rumor has it that when they tried to contact the estranged
It was
son,
Jeremy! It was Jeremy! I know Jeremy did it. I know Jeremy did it.
He told me this and I freaked out and he asked me to come to the gas station. So what are you, crazy? I said, but he assured me that the cops.
But why is there a loop involved though?
And then he dropped a bomb. The FBI were also in town. And
What?
they were going to talk to me one way or another, so I might as well come in.
What?
It was about 7:15.
Don't talk to the police. Don't talk to the police. You need a lawyer. You need a lawyer.
I wouldn't be able to sleep much more anyway. So I went down. 4 men in suits greeted me, told me to have a seat. We went over
It's the
everything
Secret
2 or 3 times
Service.
until they got all the details down. I told them about Jeremy, the security tapes last night.
Why are you doing this in the fucking gas
Finally, after
station too,
finishing,
where there's
one of the
like
agents says,
loops?
"Oh Christ, we've got another one on our."
It's an SCP?
Then they made me sign a bunch of papers saying I wouldn't tell anybody about what happened. So I can't say much more. It might be breaking the law just by posting.
It's an SCP. It's definitely an SCP.
So I'm home now. I'm not sure what to do with myself. The agent's words when I told him the story are going to haunt me for the rest of my life. Anyway, I've got to go.
Anyway.
I've got some errands to run today, and then I have to go into work to pick up some tapes. My boss and I think this new guy, Jeremy, he's a complete creep.
You
He's
ruined
stealing
it.
motor oil. And I have
You
to watch the
ruined
security footage
it.
to see if I can catch him doing it. I have better things to do, but my boss is paying me overtime under the table. I'm trying to save up for vacation, so I could really use the money. It should be pretty simple. Oil always goes missing right after his shifts. I figure I'll just watch the tapes, catch him in the act.
What, does he just not
And that'll
read
be
back the rest of his posts to remember that he already went through this? He can't like read back on his little Reddit post? God damn it. Mr. Charlie Brown, welcome, hi. If it were me, I would simply proofread my Reddit post and I'd be like, oh my god, I'm looping. And then I would reread it again because I forget that I'm doing it because I'm looping. And then I'm like, oh my god, I'm looping. And that would be my loop. My loop would not be, well, my boss has these videotapes and I thought like, Christian Bale. But then actually I could get some money out of it. My loop would be that I keep rereading my fucking Reddit post because I'm too scared to post it with a like typo. I guess I'm just built different. I guess I'm just special. Pussy on the brain? What the fuck? What is this clip? Not like this. I sound like this? Ouch. I got greedy and I thought I could push him into the second phase, and I feel like I would have if I got a single extra hit on his ass. I sound like this? I feel like it would have happened. I'm sorry, I had pussy on the brain! I had pussy on the brain! I did. I was thinking about pussy! I'm sorry! I'm sorry! Did, yeah. I was thinking of puss! We need the commentary buff. Oh. The commentary buff was pretty crazy for a midder. It really worked for him. I don't know why. The commentary buff was like, I didn't think that it would be a thing, but it really helped me lock in. It really helped me focus. I don't know why. But it worked. It didn't work for Gale, but it got us kind of close, to be fair. Yeah, it saved the stream. My bit saved the stream. Chatty, I'm such a good streamer. Is this really that iconic? No description even needed. We're all the same. Laugh my fucking ass off. I just wanted to have sex with the blonde girl. Speaking of, there's yet another. You guys sent like 10 different Dark Souls 3 FromSoft videos in total on Reddit. And then there's probably even more that I just didn't see. Hi, Numi! I knew she preferred blondes. Are you seriously? Are you gonna go Minhera about that? Are you gonna go mentally ill? Because it's one blonde in a video game. It's one blonde in a video game. She's an NPC, okay? She's not a threat. I don't even know her, honestly. Do Dark Souls 3! Dark Souls 3!
Today, from the developers of
What?
some of your favorite niche franchises,
Oh, this is old!
Comes a series so successful, it ensured they'll never make one of those games again. Dark
Were you there when Dark Souls 3 was current, Chatty?
Dive back into the action RPG series that hates you almost as much
I
as
hope
you
so,
love
because
it.
if not, you're
As you
underage.
hack, slash, and inevitably die your way through the unforgiving world of Dark Souls one more time, until you give up and run past everything to find the next bonfire. What? We all do it. Settle in
That's
for
what
another
I
storyline you
do!
barely understand, despite being the third game in the series. As
Yes,
you
and-
repeatedly roll your way through the aggressively monotone world of
But Lucy, you didn't play Dark Souls 1. Even if I did, it would have made zero difference.
Calrissian, and quest to murder all the lords of
Let me tell you exactly what would have happened if I had played the first game. I would have been like, this area looks familiar, and that would have been the extra bit of information you got out of me if I had played Dark Souls 1 first.
Cinder in order to, light a fire? Actually, let me just look this up real quick.
When Gwyn linked the fire and banished dark, man became much less. He says that man assumed a floating form.
Well, that cleared up absolutely nothing.
So true!
Get ready for the most self-referential Souls game yet.
Such is the
as
lore
third
of
game desperately
FromSoft!
tries to recall everything you liked about the first one, featuring the Firelink Shrine, an Orlando, Andre the Smith.
Damn, that
Onion
boss
Bro,
looks way cooler in the trailer.
Praising the Sun, Depressed Night Guy, dragons breathing fire on bridges.
What the fuck was his
those
problem
awesome knights with the
anyway?
giant arrows, and that absolute bastard Patches.
Bitch!
Then,
I'm angry
with a
that
sigh of
Shaddy didn't
relief
let me
as you
kill
notice
him.
That practically nothing from the second game is coming back, except a tedious gimmick boss fight against a giant.
Was
because
Dark
you didn't
Souls
love
2
part.
that poorly
Then
received?
shudder in horror as you realize that this game has no less than 3 separate poison swamp areas. Because f you, that's why.
Was ass, it was
Prepare
shit
to
at
die
launch, but
all
they
over
fixed it?
again in what might be the hardest Souls game yet, as all your series experience won't stop you from getting smashed, stabbed,
Smash!
tossed off bridges, covered in blood.
Fucking hated that part.
And fondled by terrifying abominations. Then get ready to be brutally sodomized by some of the tensest boss fights in Souls
I'd let
game
Dancer
history,
sodomize me.
where you can't even get out of the tutorial area without getting destroyed by a giant.
I
Every
remember
new boss sends you
that.
into a controller-shattering rage spiral, and you barely survive their savage blows by furiously chugging your magical Gatorade.
This is a bit random, but I feel Dark Souls 3's weakest part for me was the fact that it's front-loaded with a bunch of gimmick and like low, underwhelming bosses. Like you have the Crystal Sage, and you have that guy with the skull, and you have the big tree. Even Vord is not that great. Yeah, Deacons. Who else? Am I missing some? I feel like I'm still missing some. The Abyss Watcher's first phase, yeah, well at least it's a real battle, you know? At least there's something, there's a sense of progression and like you have to work hard to like do that fight. But it has such a long stretch of just
Then
at
die
the
anyway
beginning.
because your camera gets stuck inside a wall or something.
I feel like I really got into the game at the point that we beat the Abyss Watchers, because I was like, oh yeah, that's the FromSoft boss fights that I like.
Dark Souls 3 makes to the established formula, like special weapon techniques that you'll completely ignore, purple summon signs that you'll never touch, and a covenant system that'll have
True.
you changing belief systems faster than a freshman
I
religion
still don't
major.
know what covenants are, and at this point I'm scared to
Frustration
ask.
as you realized they haven't fixed any of the buggy bullshit these games have had since day one.
And they never will. The bullshit is
So
a
hang
feature,
up
not a
your top
bug.
hat, grab your Moonlight Greatsword, and get ready to praise the sun one
I hate
last
those
time.
witch bitches.
And remember, it doesn't matter how bad you are at the actual game.
True.
You can still talk shit about it on the internet.
True!
Starring. Here comes the maiden.
Me when it takes me over 40 tries to kill Nameless King. What? You're struggling on the Nameless King? What? What are you, bad or something? What are you, bad? Get good.
Black, Armor Shrek, Mr. Steal Your Treasure, Andre the Giant, Blacksmith, A Real Bummer,
What a
Prince
Chad.
Joffrey, and Ash Ketchum. Dork Souls 3.
Dork
Get Good
Souls.
Edition.
See, he said
You
the
thought
thing! He
praising
said
sun
the
was all
thing!
that. Try praising the moon.
Oh my
Yeah,
god! Oh my god! What? Whoa, how do you get this bug? I'd like to play Dark Souls 3 again if at all possible.
Be sure to subscribe for more.
Holy. It's like the sun, that's how bright it is. Jesus. Okay, we have an SCP video. Yes, I'm letting chat show me SCP videos because I have no backbone and no spirit. And maybe I am curious what the furry SCP is all about and why she's going to make sure I'm never lonely.
There's an app for that. Wait, hold on. I'm
What?
Steve Jobs.
They killed Steve Jobs in the
It was a
SCP
phrase
universe?
so ubiquitous in the early days of the smartphone craze that it's hard to believe Apple
Oh my god, it was a
actually
cover-up.
has
He didn't
trademarked.
die of cancer.
It
He
was a
died of fucking
testament to a
FBI
simple and
murder.
immutable truth
Assassination.
about the world these new touchscreen phones were creating. No matter how strange and obscure the need,
Hydration.
there would be an app to fulfill
Is he
it.
pregnant?
Perhaps you remember iBeer, the app that allowed you to pretend you were drinking a
No.
tall glass of beer for
No, sorry.
was
I have to go
called-
back.
It was
This
a
guy right
testament to a
here,
simple
the
and
way he's
immutable
walking
truth
into the
about the
bathroom,
world
he
these
literally looks like he's like fucking pregnant. No, don't say that he's just fat. The way he carries himself is much more pregnancy. Kronos BT, that is something to come into first time, Amal. Just want to say hi after I got your shiny tin in my V-Card box. Oh my god, congratulations! I'm happy for you.
new
I hope you
touchscreen
like
phones
it.
were creating. No matter how strange and obscure
He literally looks like he's pregnant. Like, look at that face. He looks like he's having like the baby is kicking and it's hurting him.
the need, there
Yeah, his
would
water
be an
broke.
app to
Midnight
fulfill
Mischief,
it.
hi!
Perhaps you remember iBeer, The app that allowed you to
iBeer.
pretend
I don't
you were
remember
drinking
that.
a tall
What?
glass of beer.
Is that a
for
thing?
some reason.
That was a thing.
There was Car Matey, an app that reminded you where you parked your car.
Car
In a
Matey.
pirate voice. And who could forget
Wait, that's actually
I
useful.
Am Bread,
Bring that
a
back.
surreal game about controlling a sentient slice of bread on a quest to become toast. But there's one
That's
app
based.
out there somewhere on the market that you probably didn't download. And if you did, well, you have our sincerest apologies. Because even seeing this video pop out onto your feed probably sent a chill down your spine. Well, if that chill ever even left. Take it from one gentleman whose life took a very strange turn after downloading a certain app that the SCP Foundation calls SCP-1471. Because the sentiment
I've seen this this character around, but I didn't know it was an SCP.
Joe Lewis, an insurance salesman from Milwaukee, had just gone through another atrocious date. After a mediocre meal and an uncomfortable 35 minutes of inane babble, sensing the whole time
Fuck off,
that she
bitch. At least
really
you can
wasn't
get
that
dates.
interested, his date excused himself to take a quick phone call outside. Sadly for Joe,
He's
she
getting
never
away.
returned,
He's getting away.
leaving him to pick up the check. Of all
Yeah.
the many words you could use to describe poor Joe Lewis, the most pertinent would be lonely. Ever since Carol,
This is
whose
so
wife of
sad.
10 years, had passed away in a freak accident, he'd been trying to find some kind of way to
That's
fill
so
the void.
sad!
They'd been
What?
high school sweethearts, intent
I wasn't
on
expecting
spending
to
the
feel
rest
an
of their
emotion from
lives
this.
with one another. As fate would have it, only Carol would get that tainted luxury. Joe would be forced to endure life after the joy of living had run its course.
What the
He only
fuck?
hoped he might be lucky enough to find love again. However, Joe was on the wrong side of 40.
Oh, he's
and as
talking to the
many
pregnant
others
guy.
his age were already hitched, he could feel his options going out
No,
one by
the
one.
pregnant guy's
Would
not
he
single.
be destined to live out the rest of his days alone?
Sick
Joe
welcome.
didn't feel like spending the
No, the way that they portrayed that made it feel like he was trying to hook up with the pregnant guy because it's the girl who comes by and then like the pregnant guy leaves and he's like, "Aw, like you wanted to get with bro."
back half of his life catching reruns of Seinfeld and tending to his fish. He needed to get out there. And thankfully, like the rest of us, he lived in the internet age. He had more apps,
Oh.
websites, online services,
Many such
and
cases.
hot Russian singles
This looks like a reference to a certain album that changed the entire course of history.
in his area than he knew what to do with. So surely one would have the right person for him. He tried them all. Tinder, Hinge, Match.com, Plenty of Fish, eHarmony, Bumble,
Grindr.
Zeus, OkCupid, Friend Finder, Deeply Lonely Singles with Low Expectations.com, and so much more. However, all it seemed to achieve was setting him up for more disappointment. None of the dates he'd managed to get ever resulted in anything getting serious. Heck, it was a
Why do
minor
they all look so
miracle
mad
if
at him?
he
What is
even
he
managed to get
saying?
any of them on a second date. Was
Whoa,
this
whoa,
it?
dude, how are
Was
you
this his
fumbling this
life?
hard?
Had he
Not a
only
single
ever
girl?
gotten one shot at love?
When you've had
The
hundreds of
grasping claws
dates?
of fate yanked it away from him without a second thought.
He brought up his dead wife on first date? Yeah, that'll do it.
Life
That'll
continue
fucking
on
do
the
it.
hamster wheel of loneliness. Sleeping, getting
That'll
up,
keep you single,
eating,
yeah.
working, and sleeping again. Every day getting somehow both faster and slower as life trudged on to a disappointing yet inevitable
Why is he so relatable?
conclusion.
Is he jerking
What
off?
A terrible fate
Oh my
to
god, I'm sorry. Okay,
Trudged
clearly
on
he
to
was
a
typing on the
disappointing yet
keyboard, but to like the sound am I crazy? The sound and then looking at his hands, I thought he was
inevitable conclusion. What a terrible
I thought he was
fate
yorking.
to find yourself trapped in. Whenever Joe started feeling maudlin like this, he knew it was
Maudlin.
time to get proactive
Hate that word.
again. Maybe the right woman was out there. There were billions of them after all. Surely at least
He's right.
one of them would be the perfect person for him. He just needed the perfect app. He'd burned through all of the most reputable apps already.
Is
and
he
was
making
now
his own app?
perusing some of the slightly seedier options, most of which were likely data mining fronts from the Balkans. However, as generic app after generic app passed, something different caught his eye. The icon was a smiling cartoon dog, and its name was
He's a
MaIO,
furry!
version
He's a fucking
1.0.0.
furry!
This gave him a little chuckle. At the very least, it was very different branding from the rest of the dating apps he'd seen. Maybe it'd just been sorted into the wrong section of the App Store. He decided he'd check it out.
He's
and take a
downloading
look at the
furry
app's description.
grok.
The description read, "Never settle for
Poopy
those
welcome.
awkward feelings of being alone ever again. MaIO is an exciting and interactive experience that will keep you engaged and intrigued." The
Okay,
anxiety
AI
of social
generated, just
situations
download
can
it.
be nerve-wracking, but after just a few hours of MaIO, You will soon forget all about
Oh
those
my god,
painful
stop
emotions
reading
of
the
disappointment.
description, just
Be part of the
download
new craze
it!
that is quickly becoming the next social
Literally
substitute.
AI generated
Remember,
description.
the more you participate, the more MaIO will engage you. Your experience
Oh,
is
we're getting
completely
engaged.
up to you. Absolutely no ads. Enjoy. Well, it certainly provoked Joe's curiosity at the very least. He did want to banish his feelings of loneliness, and seeing as the app was free and apparently had no ads, he'd surely
MaIO
be
possessed
foolish
by his
to
dead
not
wife?
At least give it a whirl. What's the worst that could happen? He began the installation, and only then noticed that the app had no listed developer. It took up 9.8
Normal,
megabytes
right?
of memory, which he wasn't tech-savvy enough to see any issues with.
No developer listed. The project was removed from GitHub for violating the terms of service. That sounds pretty safe to
More
me.
than anything, Joe was just enticed by the prospect of finally having another chance at companionship with MaIO. After all, it is the next social substitute, whatever that means. However, Joe's excitement was quickly quashed when he hit the home screen button and noticed that the icon for the app never actually materialized. Strange. He checked
He
the App Store page
downloaded
again
a
and saw that,
virus.
according to them,
It's
the
not
app had
real.
completely downloaded. What gives? Was it a glitch, or was MaIO actually just malware? Either way, he was disheartened.
Oh my
by the
god,
fact
that's
that
why it
this
was called
immaterial
Mal!
app certainly wouldn't be getting him any companionship.
What a beta.
Or
This
so
is
he
why women
thought.
won't talk to you, because they try
Joe
to
was
use
used
your
to
phone to make a phone call,
so
and then
he
they
didn't take
fucking
it too
run into
personally.
50 different
He
porn
decided
virus
to just
ads.
play out the rest of his evening on autopilot, making himself some soup, doing the laundry, watching more Seinfeld reruns, taking a cold shower.
Nah, I'd be
and
freaking
preparing
out
to
that my
cry
phone
himself
has a
to sleep
virus
again.
on it now.
MaIO was already becoming a distant memory, just like all the deceptive sources of hope. But one strange thing happened that disrupted Joe's
He looks
finely
so
tuned
miserable.
evening routine. He received a text message. This was incredibly strange because nobody ever seemed to text him. The last text he got was from Carol.
That
just
spider had
before
an
her
exclamation
accident.
mark for
so
its
it was
back.
almost surreal to hear that alert sound now. After everything that
In case you didn't
happened,
notice.
he checked and saw that the text was an image attachment sent
A
from an
nude?
unknown
A nude?
number.
A nude?
Perplexed, yet curious, he decided to open
A
it.
nude?
His curiosity soon gave way to a kind of melancholy nostalgia when he saw that the photo was of his and Carol's favorite cafe in town. They'd spent many a morning there, back when she was alive.
That's fucked
treating
up.
themselves to a nice cup of coffee
That's sick.
and perhaps a croissant.
That's
Just
cruel.
seeing it again caused an involuntary smile to spread across his face. It never even occurred
But
to
he
him,
likes
as
it.
it probably would have to others.
He's not over
that this
her.
could be
He's not
seen
over
as a
her.
little creepy. He hadn't frequented the bakery since Carol died.
Did you see it?
How would
Yes,
anyone
I
even
saw it. It
know
was
that
right
this place
there.
held any significance for him? Was it a stalker, a ghost, or just a spooky coincidence? None of these thoughts even crossed Joe's mind. He was just grateful for the surprising reminder of the happiness he'd once had. For the next couple hours, things seemed lighter. He went about his evening, checking the photo every so often and smiling.
Yeah, this is
until
penis music,
eventually
actually.
He found himself in bed, still looking into the glow of his phone. It was
What's he
such
doing
a
with his
beautiful
hand?
little cafe. Then
Wash it first!
he noticed something in the picture. It'd been there the whole time, but only now he was seeing rather than just looking. It was in the corner, staring through the glass of the cafe's door. So faint, he almost wanted to dismiss it as a trick of the light. It was a face. Well, not a face. More like a skull. Not a human. Not anywhere near human.
Kinda hot, though.
Long, slender, and canine.
Slender,
with protruding
long.
fangs and
Oh.
vacant white eyes.
Say
The pure
less.
white of the skull was buried in a nest of thick black hair. It looked like it was crouching behind the door, looking out and grinning, whatever the hell it was. Just seeing it changed the entire tone of the picture. It was no longer a simple reminder of bygone joy.
He's still
Now,
jerking
all
off.
that was radiating out of that image was a palpable sense of dread. Was someone playing some kind of awful prank on him? Just then,
This guy doesn't deserve anything. This guy doesn't deserve anything. How can you not be happy?
he was jogged from his contemplation by another alert. A new message from the same number as before. With great hesitation, he hovered his thumb over the push notification and clicked. That's when
Another
everything
virus, let's
got a
go.
lot worse. It was
Ooh.
a photo of a bus stop. Not just any bus stop, of course. It was
That
stop
fucking
C16,
body!
The one that Joe always took
Girl, look
to
at that
get to
body.
work. It looked
Girl,
like
look
it
at
was
that
taken
body.
relatively early in the morning, but nobody was there. Well, not quite nobody. There was that figure again, It stood at full height behind the partially frosted glass that makes up the back of the bus
This is
stop.
basically
The same
sexting.
large black humanoid shape with a white grinning dog skull where the face should be. Something about it terrified him on such a primal level, like the way our lizard brain
Damn, he
reacts to
thinks
some
furries are
ancient
actually
apex
terrifying.
predator. And whatever this thing was, it clearly knew something about him. How else could it stage all these photos? Joe got out of bed and looked out of the window.
The night
down
crawler.
onto his dark front street. Empty, thankfully. But after this surprise nightmare, he wasn't going to take any chances. He grabbed a kitchen knife from downstairs and placed it on his bedside cabinet, right next to his phone, with 911 on speed dial. Joe Lillis, a 43-year-old man,
Speed
slept
dial?
with the lights on that night for the
It's 3 numbers. Just dial it. You're not gonna forget it.
first time in over 30 years. Sadly for him, the nightmare was just beginning. The next morning, Joe woke up unharmed, but he wasn't
Every
pleased to
time
see
he
that
has
he'd gotten
one hand
several
out of
more
frame, I'm
texts
assuming
in
he's
his
jerking
sleep.
his dick to
There was
MaIO.
one taken outside of the local insurance company office where he worked. The strange creature with the skull for a face was looming around the corner, peering at the camera with its lipless grin, like it was mocking him. Another photo was taken at the local supermarket where Joe did most of his grocery shopping. The frame
She's
was
kind of cute
centralized
though.
on
She's
the
just like
cereal
peeking
aisle,
around the
bordered
aisles
on
and she's
both
like,
sides by walls of garish mascots, endlessly repeated. Down at the far end of
How
the
can
aisle
you be
was
terrified
a
by
looming
this?
dark figure with that cold canine
What is he, a
skull where
pussy?
a human face should be. There were a few more, but worst of all was the last one. It was taken at the cemetery. In the foreground, a headstone.
Wait,
reading,
she's the
"Carol
meme!
Lillis."
Wait, she's the meme! She's the guy who's like sitting next to the grave and like doing the peace sign next to his wife's fucking grave.
Beloved wife and daughter.
I
Joe
got
was
your
horrified to
husband
see
now,
that
bitch!
skull-faced beast was rising
Ah,
up
you
behind
mad,
his
you
wife's
mad.
grave. Long clawed fingers
Hydration.
curling around the top of the headstone. That was the moment that Joe decided to go to the police about all of this, before things got even more out of hand. He called an Uber to get down to the station. He certainly didn't feel like he was
So
going
modern.
anywhere near his regular bus stop after last night. He showed the photos he'd been sent so far to an officer posted at the station, and they agreed that
I
there
can't
was
take
certainly
this seriously
something
at all.
strange
It's not
about
even
it.
slightly
While the
scary to
behavior
me.
undeniably bordered on
You make it a
harassment,
furry, it can't be
hadn't yet
scary.
delved into criminal territory, so he would sadly be on his own until then. The best they could do was stay in touch and kept abreast of any new developments.
Abreast.
The only sage advice they could give him was not to delete the photos, as they could always be used as evidence in court later if things escalated. This was literally the last result that Joe wanted out of this. Considering how bizarre and threatening things were getting already, he really didn't want to find out what escalation looked like.
She
in
hasn't
this
threatened
case.
you at
But what else could
all.
he do but carry on, just trying to exercise as much caution as he could in these strange new circumstances. He went to work and tried his best to stay productive, despite the fact that every 3 or so hours...
When there's that much Rule 34 content of it, it's never gonna be scary again. That's what happened to Jeff the Killer. People made a lot of fan fiction of like the reader dating him.
a new photo would arrive.
I can't
Places
take
that
him
he liked to
seriously
sit
anymore.
In the local parks, stores he'd frequent.
Dweinstein just got in. What are we doing
restaurants he
today?
liked
We're
to eat
watching
at.
stuff.
The
We're
nightmare skeleton
reacting.
dog
React
thing would
Swap
be standing
Day.
in all of them, just mugging for the camera. On one hand, every
the
time he looked at
camera?
one of the photos, Joe felt like he was giving this freak
Yeah, that's what she's
exactly
doing.
what they wanted. On the other hand, how could he possibly look away? What if he missed something that could save his life? It carried on much like that until later in the evening. Joe may have not been a genius, but he was no fool either. He'd seen too many of those seedy
He was just
true
an
crime
average guy.
documentaries about kidnapping to take his normal route home. He took a real detour.
Are you scared of the
frequently
girl
checking over his
kidnapping
shoulder the
you?
entire time.
What a pussy.
Much to his relief, he didn't
That's
see
Mallow's
anything out
agent.
of place. Good. When he got home, he locked
Literally
every
a
door,
Mallow
bolted every
comrade.
window. Nothing would be getting the jump
Cat
on him
GB
tonight.
agent.
That's when the next picture came in. A photograph of Joe's empty office cubicle, with the bony face of the creature looming over the divider with a grin. He
She's
could
learning
feel
so
his
much
heart
about
pounding
you.
away
It's
in his chest just looking
wholesome.
at it. How did this thing get around like this? How was it able to
Oh, she
infiltrate
gets around.
everywhere
She'll
in
show
his
you.
entire goddamn life? Suddenly, he felt a smile spreading across his face. This freak had
happy.
just messed up big time. Before all these creepy photos had been
Timberhawk,
taken in
welcome.
public
No,
places.
I'm so pissed. I thought he was like finally getting mind broken fucking into liking it, but instead he's trying to fucking no.
But the one
You
taken in this
fool!
office? Oh, this crossed the line into trespassing. The police would have to do something about it now. It had given him an ace up his sleeve. That confidence faded a few hours
He's
later
gonna
when
die.
he received another photo. This time, it was
This
the
one was a
skull-faced
nude.
monster just standing on the sidewalk. The sidewalk that Joe remembered walking on his covert alternative route. He could feel himself break into a
Aw,
cold
she
sweat.
really pays a lot of
It
attention
seemed
to
whoever
you.
this was, he really did hold no
Yeah, who is
secrets
taking
from
those
them.
pics?
No.
Do you think MaIO is unfaithful? Do you think, like, it's actually a cuck operation? And actually, it's like there's a guy taking those photos for her? That's
More than
crazy.
ever, Joe didn't feel safe
Poor
in his
CP.
own home. So you can only imagine how he felt when a few hours later, he received a photo of the skull-faced stalker standing right outside his own front door, staring into the camera. It sent him rushing to the window again to check outside, but of course, nobody was there. The next day, when he called the police and updated them on the situation, they told him that they were doing all they could. The best thing he could
Do
possibly
you really
do
believe
was
it?
to remain calm, but vigilant. He needed to keep an eye on the photos being sent to him, so he could notify them if ever he was in any immediate danger. This put poor Joe's
That's crazy. That's what happens every single time. Whenever you're getting stalked, okay? Call us when they're in the middle of stabbing you to death. We can't do anything about it until they literally go to kill you. But like, while they're threatening to kill you, we can't do anything. But wait until they actually kill you, and then you can call.
paranoia at a fever pitch. Even when he went to work, surrounded by his coworkers, by witnesses, he could scarcely tear his eyes away from his phone. He was a slave to the photos, forever waiting for the next one, only to experience crushing
Oh my
regret
god, this is the
when the
life
photo
of being an
actually
OnlyFans
arrived.
subscriber,
It
a
looked like it
slave
was
to the
taken
photos,
moments
always
before it
waiting
was
for the
sent
next
to him.
one.
Joe saw himself.
This is a metaphor
looking
for
at his
something,
own
I just can't
phone
tell
in his
what.
office cubicle, with that huge skull-faced figure looming
So
behind
cute!
him.
Look, it's their
He
first
screamed
couple
out loud upon seeing
selfie!
it, and turned to see if anything was behind him. But of course, there was nothing there. The police inspected the office, talked to potential witnesses, and analyzed the photo. It showed no signs of any photographic manipulation, but there were also no witnesses around the office who claimed to see anything strange that day.
It's his
There was
imaginary
also
girlfriend
no
that only he
security
can
camera
see.
footage
Just
in the
accept
last
her
several days
already!
that showed this figure coming in or out. Joe Lillis started to feel like he was going insane, and perhaps he was.
Damn, he's
But
in the
that
mental
didn't
hospital
change
now.
The tangible and ever-present feeling that he was in great danger. He didn't come into work the next day. He'd received more photos
Oh, he
like
became a
that in the
neat.
night of
Lena
himself,
Wolf, yeah, he's weak as fuck.
taken in real time, with that skull-faced freak looming. He didn't want to
Skull-face
leave
freak?
the
Now he's
house.
calling her
He didn't want to
slurs!
go anywhere anymore. He just didn't feel safe out there. How could he, with all this madness unfolding? There was a time
She
where
did
he could have
nothing
said
wrong,
something
man.
like, "At least it only seems confined to my phone." He might have even suspected that it had something to do with that strange MaIO app he downloaded a few days prior that hadn't
Shouldn't
seemed
have
to do
downloaded it.
anything. But this situation had evolved.
Don't
since
download the furry
he
porn
wasn't
app.
just seeing the creature in photos anymore. It was here. He kept seeing quick flashes of it on the other side of windows.
You can just
in
find that on
reflections,
other
in the
websites.
corner
You don't
of
have to
his
download
eyes,
anything.
Always darting away if ever he turned towards it. It was
She's
everywhere
shy!
and nowhere.
She's
It was
shy!
here just for him. He just knew. The police
Me when I'm
couldn't
standing
help.
outside Shaddy's window and I'm like,
Joe just sat
I
in the
think he
corner of
just
his
looked at
bedroom,
me. And then I
clutching
duck
his kitchen
behind the
knife,
wall so you can't
afraid
see me.
to close his eyes.
Oh,
It could
I
be
think our
anywhere.
eyes met
It
for a
could be
second.
anywhere. It could be
Wow, my heart
anywhere.
skipped a beat.
We know one thing for sure. Joe Lillis never felt truly alone ever again. He always had his new friend waiting just out of sight.
him!
And if ever you're feeling lonesome
Good for
and
him!
decide to download MaIO version 1.0.0 yourself, then you'll never
Where do we
feel
download
lonely
it?
again.
Where do we download it?
Now go check out SCP-1025.
I mean, she's not
Encyclopedia
doing
of
anything
Common
bad,
Diseases
so
and Worst
she
Ways
doesn't
to
kill
Die.
him at any point. So, like, what's the problem? Give me the app. Oh, by the way, that was kind of like a flashbang. But look how good this art is! Matt, thank you! Holy shit! The ass on the left is insane! That ass, though. Girl, look at that body. Oh, girl, look at that body. Oh, Thank you for portraying my butt so beautifully. Is this on Twitter? If so, I'll retweet it after the stream. Very good, very good. Giving some appreciation to the short hairstyle too. We love to see it. I'm not gonna lie, I really like the way that the hair looks like against the nape of the neck back here. I know it's a weird detail to focus on, but it looks really nice. You drew it really well. It's super sex. Super sexo. Very much love. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Also, how Souls games save you. Again, there's so fucking many of these today.
A devil, a Tasmanian devil.
It's a devil.
Be specific.
It's me.
And
I'm the Tasmanian devil.
Does it sound like
Let's
this?
do this. That's fast enough. Better
like
have.
this.
Thank you for the 22 months. I appreciate it. What the fuck?
Maybe if you look at it at the right angle, but it's also very barbarian. It feeds on
Are
small
they
animals
scavengers?
like birds, snakes, babies, hell, even kangaroos. It was an especially ballsy little crew of devils. But I think we can all agree that these animals are not what you would call.
Anyone else a softie who understands the way that nature works and like the law of the jungle, but anytime they see footage of it, they're like, no, don't, please.
Graceful. No, the steady hand of a surgeon is what you
Boxer
call
Pop, thank you for the 31 months. I appreciate it.
Who can stitch your wounds with the power of her magical hair, or a colorful phoenix that rises from the ashes is graceful. Maybe a heart-wrenching tear.
I feel like a Dark Souls game could make a Disney movie, believe it or
Or the
not.
climax of a movie that saves the day and restores order is graceful. A confident young Josuke.
When you go to a bonfire, you may use all of your souls, but that extra level won't stop the boss from fucking you. Doesn't it feel natural?
Cleverly repairing a wound just as quickly as he inflicts it is graceful, elegant even. Healers in games are stereotypically kind, affectionate, and soft-spoken. With a few rare exceptions, those in stories that serve the purpose of mending
I've never
that which
thought
is
of
broken
Dr. House
are
as
full of that
a
which they
healer?
give.
Trope!
Grace. Graceful both in mannerism and in practice. When I think of these
But I
things,
guess
I
they're
don't think
right.
of a Tasmanian devil tearing into the corpse of a baby kangaroo, and yet ecologists think that devils can heal forests.
Wait, is this
Not with their
TOS? It's not
glowing blonde
TOS,
locks and
right?
some, no, with their barbarianism. You see, to wildly oversimplify it, there is an imbalance in mainland Australia. Feral cats and foxes run rampant
Yeah,
through a
it's
lava forest area
educational.
and heavily hunt small mammals like bandicoots, batongs, and potoroos.
Oh my god,
The
they're so
problem here
cute.
is these little manadorks
Wait, this is a
are
video about
extremely
FromSoft?
important for the vegetation. When they forage for food, they spread seeds, fungi, and other organic material into the soil, which means more vegetation.
Are we sure
cooler
this isn't a
forest
Last of
floors,
Us video?
and smaller
They're talking
brush
about
fires.
fungi.
If these populations run low, well.
It's unprecedented.
However, if you
They
have
can
a
actually
few
do
devils
that.
roll into town, suddenly the cats and foxes back off quite a bit. Having to deal with only devils hunting them means that these small mammals
Tasmanian
can
devils
rebuild
are really cute,
vegetation and
though.
thrive
I
without
thought they'd be a
over-
lot
or
bigger based on
underpopulating
the
area.
Looney Tunes
devils, in
not
theory,
commercial,
can
cartoon. The
indirectly
fuck?
heal the land. This is an example of something called a trophic cascade, and is exactly the same process illustrated in this video you've probably seen before, where introducing wolves into Yellowstone National Park dynamically changed the flow of the rivers. It's a fascinating process, and it goes to show that appearances aren't everything. You may not
What the
think
fuck?
of a
That
predator
happens?
as restorative, just like you may not think of a vacation to a grim, unforgiving, dejecting world where your flaws are repeatedly exposed and you are punished for your mistakes over and over and over again.
I do get
as
punished a
something
lot
that
for
can
my
save you.
mistakes.
And yet,
Dark Souls came into my life just at the right time, and I would argue minimized the very prevalent risk of relapse that comes from a traumatic experience such as suicide.
Dark Souls, on the other hand, makes me feel as though I can accomplish anything with enough effort.
It's
Actively
true!
trying to get better and have a positive outlook on life was a real struggle for me, and I still struggle with it every day. But the important thing to remember is that you are working on it now.
That dark cloud I mentioned earlier, I pretended that it was some crazy Bloodborne boss. And whenever I found myself falling into a dark place, I would picture myself fighting it.
Wait.
It sounds silly, but it's true.
Should I
And
do
it
this?
worked.
In a time where I was super
It could
depressed
work.
and I didn't have any direction, and all my friends that I had were in college, and I was barely making any money, and as kind of stupid as it sounds, it made me feel like I had some sense of purpose.
Crazy amount of hopium here. This is the hopium video.
before 2022, I had never beaten a Souls game. But being a fan of YouTubers
Wait, he's
long
literally
before
me.
I was ever a YouTuber myself, I noticed a trend. How Dark Souls helped me cope with suicidal depression. How Dark Souls 2 saved my life. Sekiro saved my life. Dark Souls helped me
1
with
minute,
mental health, but I
54
don't know
seconds
why.
to talk about how a game
Bloodborne
saved your
helped me with my
life.
depression. Dark Souls saved me. Prior to ever beating one of these games myself, I saw a lot of lamenting about Souls games, controversy over the difficulty, whether there should be an easy mode, talk of them being
Should
masterpieces.
Sekiro have an easy mode? Chatty, press 1 if you want FromSoft games to have an easy mode. Press 2 if everybody else just needs to get good and they suck at video games and they should never cook again and they should stay away and you should gatekeep them and then you should make fun of them and then you should tell them that they suck and then you should say get good and spam get good and then send them multiple emails that say get good. Oh, such a base chat today. Samuel Tarley, thank you for the 3 months. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Dark Souls.
But the theme that constantly intrigued me the most was people who reported being genuinely
Don't go
changed for
hollow.
the better for having played it, even going as far as to say that it saved their life or helped lift them out of a depression. You know, we have the journeys of the world, the Life is Strange series, Grease, Before Your Eyes. When I picture games that change people's lives and
All
deliver
things I
them to
didn't
a better
play.
place mentally, I don't picture this. And you may not either. But if you find the right thread and the right back alley online,
Ludwig.
you'll uncover a shamelessly wholesome circle jerk
Bestie.
of folks singing the praises
You
of
can't
Dark
be
Souls
screaming
or
like that. You
Sekiro
give 'em
and
a
how it
bad
taught them to
impression.
fight back against their depression. Usually signing off on their story with the phrase, "Don't you dare go hollow."
Don't go
For me, as
hollow,
many admit
Chatty.
that it appears there is something very real here about overcoming the challenges in a Souls game and how it changes people. Never once has a FromSoft game been listed as a nominee for Games for Impact at the Game Awards, and yet, maybe they should be. Devils
Maybe
heal
they
forests,
should.
and it would seem that Souls games heal souls. But this isn't just magic.
There's a quote that's something like, art should disturb the comfortable and comfort the disturbed, which I think is really, really nice, and I think it applies to Dark Souls. The reason it would never be nominated for something like that is, like, for normal people, these games are just fucking rage bait. These games are just rage bait. But when your normal life is so shit, and then you run into something that's also super shit, but you realize while you're doing it that there's a chance and you can get through it, as long as you put in the time and effort to actually get through it, it makes you feel like you have control over that, and then consequentially, the other things in your life that are giving you problems. I really appreciate games like these where you can overcome like a really difficult challenge through your own hard work, and you know it's all thanks to you, and that you did it because you possess the skill and the ability
There's
to
some
do it.
whimsical, poetic sentiment that makes these games affect people in this way. It's a cute metaphor to do the whole devil's art to forests as Dark Souls is the mental health thing, but there is science to trophic cascades, and there must be science to what
Are those
these
deer?
games do to the human psyche. And there is, quite a bit, actually. So to dive into that, let me ask you a question.
Okay,
Do
okay.
you remember the first word you learned how to spell? For
No?
me, it was red. There was a little song that they
Do you
taught us
remember
to
this?
help us get
No!
it. I think it went something
Hell
like
no, I
this,
don't
maybe?
remember that. R-E-D.
And I'll never forget feeling a cascade of relief because as a 4-year-old starting kindergarten, being away from your parents for the first time ever and doing something new and foreign like spelling was terrifying. But knowing I
Was
could
it?
spell a word was the first confidence boost I think I ever had. Maybe you also felt really good
Holy fuck, do people have memories of their childhood like this? It's all a fucking blur for me.
about yourself for spelling that word. Maybe it was something else. For you, it could have been riding your bike without training wheels for the first time. Maybe it was finally beating your brother in Smash. But whatever it was, you suddenly felt relief that you could do what you once feared you couldn't. That little boost of confidence we all likely felt as children is something called self-efficacy, our own perception that we can perform a task and achieve desired results.
I've never had
And to
this.
be clear, this is very different than
Maybe that's why I do like Dark Souls, because I've never had
referring
this.
to one's perceived worth. No, this is the feeling when you're getting the hang of something, when you've won a few rounds and feel comfortable with your strategy, when you're nervous to have a conversation with someone,
Hydration.
but then talking with them comes surprisingly natural, and when you start to get your first FromSoft game. It's the moment when you start to understand when it's best to roll versus when it's best to simply walk or run to avoid attacks. When you realize that you can't button mash, when you start comfortably landing parries, when you realize that patience
Oh,
is
that's such a good
everything.
fight in
Several
Sekiro.
studies like this 2021 article
Orphan of
have found that
Kos,
self-efficacy is
I hold my
negatively
tongue.
associated with a lot of things that I'm sure you're familiar with: depression, anxiety, worry, even social avoidance. In essence, if you have a higher overall level of self-efficacy, you'll likely experience a lower amount of these other brutal thoughts and behaviors. The reverse
Whoa, I'm still holding
is
my drink.
also
My bad,
true.
my bad, my
Lower
bad.
levels of self-efficacy are actually predictive of depression and the like. So as you find yourself
Wait, that
getting
explains
better
so
in these
much.
games, it provides a sense of competence and a chance for you to grasp that sensation of feeling sure of yourself once again.
Wait,
You
he's
start to
armchair
feel comfortable
psychologing me
with
into
red,
believing this.
or in this case, handling every variety of enemy and environment, and in turn, in a time in your life when a lot of things
Oh God, I don't like the way that looks at all.
terrifying, your self-efficacy rises, and your darker thoughts may become less prevalent.
Armchair that's close to the cuck chair. You should be banned. No, that's a sus thing to say.
Because
Who
you could
mentioned
easily say
cucking
that
at this
a lot of
moment?
games have those, oh, I get it now.
If
moments.
you hear a chair and your immediate thought is cuck, that's, first of all, it's a self-report. It says a lot more about you than it does about chairs as an existence. You know, before people were sitting in the cuck chair, people were sitting in the chair to get off of their feet, to comfort their ass, to relax. That all came before cucking. Cucking in the chair is a new thing. It's a new phenomenon. I refuse to let chairs be ruined by NTR.
Right. Most games provide a challenge, and all games have to be beat in some way, right?
So
And yet,
true.
you don't see many Mario Odyssey helped me overcome depression videos, despite how brilliant that game was. What is it about Miyazaki's works specifically that bring people to an unapologetically reflective
Mario gave me
place?
depression.
To answer that, let me ask you another
I'll never
question.
be an Italian
Close
plumber
your
with a
eyes
hot
and
blonde
take yourself
girlfriend.
back to school learning to read, and then maybe fast forward 14 years or so. Maybe you're really there now and this will be easy for you, but imagine you've just got your exam grade back and you are less than pleased with it. Do you feel upset that you didn't study enough and that you should have done a better job preparing? Or that the test just wasn't written well and that no amount of studying would have helped, the subject matter was just too much for one exam, this class is just too hard, or you just had bad luck? Obviously, it depends on the exam, but what we're talking about here are attribution.
Well, the exam doesn't have delayed questions for one.
Johns, as some of you might call them. Your explanation for your bad performance here.
Do get to go head to head, please. No Johns.
The difference in these two
No
cases
Johns.
is whether your excuse for this is internal in that you personally accepted responsibility, or external in that you blamed the outcome on the outside world. This is something that psychologists refer to as a locus of control. Do you blame
A locus
yourself
of
for things
control.
that happened to you, or your circumstances? Was it a lack of skill or a lack of luck that shackled you to this shitty grade? Now, I don't want you to hyper-focus on what your answer was. I know
Wait,
the
I'm
internal
learning
locus seems
something.
more admirable here, but if you had a bad grade due to an error with the answer key, or the exam mistakenly had material on it that wasn't covered in class,
What do you call it when you blame yourself for everything that goes wrong, but when things go right, you attribute it to luck? What kind of locus of control is that?
and the instructor is planning to reimburse everyone for those points, then suddenly the dude with the internal locus is beating themselves up over nothing. Not everything in life is in your control, and because of this, neither locus is inherently good or bad, it's situational. I'm sure you can imagine all the ways your locus of control can affect excuses for failure, so let me ask you the same question as before, but this time, let's say you did really, really well on this exam. It's an A, a high A. Is your locus internal or external now? Do you give yourself credit for that grade, or do you call it luck, say we take those, or even just assume that the test must have been
easy. The test must have been
Albert Bandura,
easy.
the psychologist who originally proposed self-efficacy in 1997, posits that efficacy is developed from 4 sources: vicarious experience, verbal persuasion, affective states,
Verbal
and mastery
persuasion?
experiences. That last
Gaslighting?
one being the most prevalent source. Mastery experiences are exactly what they sound like, seeing for yourself that you have mastered something. Proving to yourself that you can spell red is a mastery experience, as is riding your bike with no training wheels, or finally
Maybe that's the most mastery I was meant to have in life, being able to spell red. Maybe that was my mastery moment. Maybe I should have stopped seeking more. I should have just been satisfied with spelling the word red.
beating Ornstein and
Small
Smough.
goals,
They are
never
the
be
most
disappointed,
effective
you know?
source because they provide real, tangible evidence that you can do it. Pep talks are nice, watching someone else do it is nice, but doing it yourself is proof that you've got this. Usually.
He's
the
right.
caveat here is locus of control, because you
Imagine watching somebody else spell red and then, like, spelling it wrong still and being like, fuck, I'm so useless!
very well could do well on that exam, but then discount it as luck or the exam simply not being that tough. And studies like this 2016 analysis on self-efficacy for computer software show that this is often the case. The only way mastery experience actually helps build our efficacy is if we can confidently attribute what we've done to our own skill and
Wait,
not
is
some
that
other
is that
factor like a
Twilight
lack of past
Princess Wolf
difficulty
Link?
or luck. And I think this is what separates Miyazaki's works from the pack. Most games, in my experience, are built to be beat. They are constructed to keep you engaged in a
wait,
full
what game
state
is that?
such that you are constantly receiving a fair
It
challenge,
looks kinda
right?
cool.
As you beat enemies in turn-based RPGs, you gain experience, and with enough grinding, winning is less dependent on your own decision-making and more a factor of how over-leveled you are. Quick-time events can hardly be called a challenge, but they do look and feel nice. Roguelikes like Inscription and Hades become easier
I
as
miss
the game passes because you'll
Inscription!
consistently find power-ups that will stick with you in your next run, meaning you'll never truly start from scratch again. If you keep struggling, the game will keep accommodating. Mario Kart rewards you with better items if you're doing worse.
Does that mean that I'm bad? Am I really bad at Hades? I think I'm really bad at Hades. Because I had got like a bunch of upgrades and I'm like, oh shit. But it's still hard for me.
And some games
You
like
beat
Resi
it? No,
4
I
and
beat
Max
like
Payne
the first
actually change the
part.
difficulty
But
of enemies
I
if
think
you
I
don't
have to
play
do it
well
more
in an
times
attempt to keep you
to
feeling
finish
like
the
a
story.
badass. And this is not a critique, by the way. Games are built to craft an experience, and if you're struggling more than the devs want, it can tarnish the intended message. However, when it comes to locus of control, I think you and I would agree that a victory
Damn,
in most
Hollow
games
Knight.
can be attributed to
When are
either
they coming
our
out
own
with a new
skill
game?
or just as easily attributed to the game being built as an interactive tour that's designed to be beaten. Can I really feel like
Soon,
I've accomplished
TM?
a
Is it
feat
like
if
Grand
I
Theft
beat
Auto
Final
6
Fantasy VII
soon?
Remake? Can I flex on people that I got past Bylosite and Skyward Sword? I think for some people,
Yes.
video games, though fun, are generally patronizing with their difficulty, and any victory in them can be easily attributed to the game setting you up for success and not your own merits. Again, not a bad thing per se, but very much the norm.
Not the Genshin Impact
Souls
footage
games,
there.
however, are quite different. There is no in-game reward for failure
Aquilus,
here.
welcome,
There
hi.
are upgradable equipment and levels, but easily the biggest determining factor is your performance. There is no luck. There are no reverse feedback loops or pity items. There are no
Okay.
dynamic
I understand what he's trying to say. There is definitely luck in these fights, okay? In two ways. One, you could run into a bug where the boss kills itself like I did in Elden Ring. And number two, you could get a good run where the boss doesn't do that one move that you really, really, really struggle with. So there is lucks, but it's not like crazy luck unless the boss literally kills itself like I said.
the adjustments. There is no easy mode. If most games are built to be beaten, FromSoft games are built to make you quit. Your Zeldas, your Arkhams, your Tsushimas, they all provide an adventure, but these games...
Do you think that game devs all get in a room together and they're just like jerking their dicks to like the fall off rate of their players? They're like, God, yeah, 75% fall off on the first boss. Oh, we did so good.
provide a provocation. They insist that they can't be bested, and they dare you.
I like to think
try
that
and
they
prove them
are
wrong.
aiming to get
Every
more and more
enemy
people
is
to
a
quit with
threat. There
every
is
new
no
iteration
ego
iteration
fodder
of their
here.
games.
Damage is never neglectable. Nothing is ever certain, and this series will embarrass you just as early and often
Oh,
as
how
some others
pretty.
will coddle you.
This
Sometimes
area was
bosses
pretty.
Are every nightmare you've ever had,
For 5
minced,
seconds.
sautéed, and served to you in disgusting
What is
steaming
that?
heats, and other times they are every bit as ferocious as they are regal. The terrain is often breathtaking both in its semblance and in its treachery. There is a boss in Bloodborne literally called amygdala, which is the part of your brain that processes fear
I remember
and
that
aggression.
thing.
And because of all this, if you've ever beaten one of these games, you'll know that it wasn't because you deserved it, it's because you damn well earned it. There is absolutely no way to flunk
No,
your
no,
way
I
through
deserved
Souls
it.
games, and because of this, there is no way to have
Me having cheese, the demon of hatred. There's no way to cheese these games. There is no way to cheese it. You can't. There's no way to cheat. You cannot cheat in these games. There's no love.
an external attribution for them. These games demand that you take it fully upon yourself to win, so any victory afforded to you will be seen with an internal locus. And since you know that you were the one that made this happen and not the game,
All
since
me.
you took that dare, proved to the game and yourself that you could do it, and rose to the occasion, your self-efficacy rose right along with you. Which, if we are to
Until you play the next FromSoft game and nothing transferred over and you're still dying the same amount of times to every new boss, and then you realize you have no capacity for growth. not speaking from experience or anything. I'm just sure a lot of people have gone through this.
The study from earlier should have a direct psychological effect on some of those darker thoughts. By climbing out of the pit that FromSoft games throw you in, you are provided with first-hand evidence that you can, in fact, overcome those demons.
You can do it, Chatty.
On your own merit.
If you
And
feel
so
like there's
can I.
something wrong, making that first initial step to actively try and better yourself is such a great achievement.
I don't know, it gave me some sort of sense of control in my life that I somehow went from sucking ass, fighting the skeletons.
There
at
they
the
go,
beginning
they're
to
using the
then
C word.
beating the game.
The way to live a happy life becomes clear. Take the little steps to gain as much agency over your life as possible.
He used the synonym for the C word.
It's certainly important to note a few things, like in the 2021 article from earlier, self-efficacy is only negatively correlated with depression, anxiety, worry, and social avoidance. It doesn't mean that raising self-efficacy is guaranteed to fix those things.
Okay, then why did you make this video? I want a guaranteed cure to my depression. What the fuck is the point?
Relationship goes both ways. Correlation isn't causation. You
Damn,
can
the
certainly see
dishwatcher
where
is so
repeated
cool.
Failure leads to low efficacy. And
He was
in
not
turn,
cool when he was
depression,
kicking
but
my
you can
ass,
also
though.
imagine that the death of a loved one creates a depression that leads to the person feeling helpless. We can
No
say with
shit.
confidence that both factors are related in an inverse manner, but while it may help, beating Bloodborne won't necessarily bring you out of that dark place. These games aren't for everyone, and even if it is for you, it may not be everything you need. But I think the reason this series does change so many people is because in a lot of cases that
I do think there's like two different types of people who like
Lucy,
FromSoft games. Squishy button, thank you for the 21 months. I appreciate it. What the fuck is that emote? Oh, it's so cute. I like how the TTS read it out though, and then I had to look and actually see what it was, but it's so cute when you actually look at it. There's two types of players. There's the type that this guy is talking about, where they just want to feel like they can have control over something and actually learn how to do something if they put the hours in and experience that in a faster way via gameplay. And then there's the second person who just genuinely like has a suffering fetish, and they think like they've had like such an easy life that when something is giving them trouble, like they feel something for the first time, you know? Like they have so much money, or they had good parents, or they had like a cozy, cushy ride to college or something. And so this is the first time they felt an emotion. And so that's why they're into it. Because I see comments on Reddit sometimes where it's like, yeah, you know, I started playing Elden Ring and I was used to the other FromSoft games where you could kind of react naturally to the boss's moves, but in Elden Ring, everything was delayed and I got caught and punished for rolling. I loved it! It was awesome! I loved that! I loved how they changed the entire gameplay. It was awesome. I loved that! And that person was definitely one of the latter ones.
The boost to self-efficacy has a very real, palpable effect on anxiety and the like. I'm stressed about dealing with people at work and my heavy course load at school, but after beating Artorias, after beating the Demon of Hatred,
Artorias, I hear a lot of things about this boss.
Maybe
is it good?
It's not too much for me to handle. Of course, self-efficacy in Souls games is not the same thing as self-efficacy in life, right? This does not translate to being a good conversationalist or even a good person. Well, yeah, winning here won't fix your problems, but the efficacy from it.
Dark Souls made me a worse conversationalist. I would know. I cucked my own streams by doing nothing but Dark Souls 3 for days on end.
May be more generalizable than you think. One study found that self-efficacy training in a sample of women increased self-efficacy perceptions not only for self-defense skills, but also across a handful of things like sports competencies and coping skills. In another 2011 meta-analysis, researchers found that in patients with high blood pressure, higher self-efficacy
that
was
describes
associated
a
with
woman's
self-care
self-defense
behaviors
class.
like medication adherence, physical activity, and dietary changes. Our confidence in one task, it seems, often bleeds into other domains of our life.
I do think the classes that teach women basically to fight back are super irresponsible. All of the ones that seem worth their money will always emphasize the importance of running away and getting away rather than fighting back.
For many people, I think Miyazaki's works are a wake-up call. An invitation to find proof of your strength disguised as a hauntingly gorgeous game that your friends won't stop talking about. I think every single one of us would be lying if we said that we've never doubted
That's
our
most
ability
self-defense classes. I get a lot of clickbait TikToks that it's like, here's a self-defense technique. And then it shows something that's totally unrealistic to expect to be done in like the heat of the moment.
Anything. Sometimes something as simple as getting out of bed in the morning feels like a Herculean task. Sometimes trying to believe
Oh my God,
a
it's me.
positive thought is like trying to start a fire in a
It's
rainstorm.
me.
But what I love about these games, and really any game,
Damn,
that's
he really
brutally
lost his
difficult,
arm. I
is
forgot
they're
about that
every bit as
cutscene.
harsh as reality sometimes. Much like your real life circumstances, they don't care about you or your feelings. They are what they are, unmoving, unwavering, unyielding. And even so, you still face them head on. Much like trophic cascades, this is not just an encouraging sentiment. It's a very real, measurable phenomenon. Overcoming difficulty builds confidence, it builds perseverance, it builds your self-efficacy, it gives you proof that you can overcome whatever the universe has placed in front of you, and knowing that others have overcome the same challenges you have.
How do I learn to take credit for my own accomplishments?
Both in these games and in the real world can remind us that we are not alone in our struggle. You
Just
are
two
not the
random
first
women
or the last
hugging each
to
other.
fight the good
Nice
fights.
clip.
And it's one that you can
You just
win.
do it? No, I need a step-by-step process. If it were that simple, I would have done it already.
You know that now, don't you? So
I
keep on
hated this
fighting that
stupid fucking fight. Don't you dare put like some special, fancy, pretentious text on this fight's background. Fuck this stupid ass gimmick fight piece of shit bullshit. I am so deaf and so blind and so dumb and so incapable of following hints, directions, and instructions as a woman. It is my curse, and this shit fucking infuriated me.
So keep on
I
fighting
hate monkeys in Sekiro. Every last one. Every monkey can eat my shit. Don't go hollow, chatty. I'll know what that means when I watch a bunch of lore videos. That's what I'll do. Oh my god, I'm gonna play Stardew Valley and listen to Dark Souls lore videos in the background. Oh, it's gonna be so cozy when today's stream is done. It's gonna be so fucking cozy. Although I'm pretty cozy right now. This is a video about Funko Pops. Does anyone know how I feel about Funko Pops? Anyone? You're about to find out.
Welcome back to the Papa Meat channel. How you doing? How you doing? Come on and sit
Click,
down
clap.
because today's topic
Hi.
is a little close to home. Because we're going to be
Hydration.
talking about figurine collecting. As some of you might know, I'm a collector of many pop culture and horror memorabilia, specifically figurines. I mean, I got
What
the
does this have to do with
original
Funko
Haunted Mask.
Pops?
I know.
There's nothing scary about them.
I know. Ladies and gentlemen,
Other
we
than
got
the
it.
amount
But I
of people
have a
who like them,
large assortment.
that's
I
fucking
love
scary.
Vinyl figurines and toys. I love the
Oh,
art format,
what is that,
stuff, all that
Sadako?
kind of shit. Love,
That figure's
love,
so
love.
cute.
I just think it adds so much to your room. Love it. Just a beautiful, big, physical thing that you can hold, look at. It just is.
So no
big,
Lucy
colorful.
Funko Pop ever. They would literally have to offer me like 10 times a down payment on a fucking mansion.
A lot of inspiration to be creative, right? And if you're
Which would
into
never
collecting at
happen.
all, then I am sure that you know of Funko Pops. These vinyl figurines are literally everywhere. It doesn't matter what store you're in. Pharmacies. Hi, Funko Pops. How you doing? If you go to any large retail
They're so
store,
ugly.
you're guaranteed to find at least a
Especially
small
the
section
giant
dedicated
ones.
to Funko
Oh
Pops.
god,
To
I hate
most
them.
people, these collectibles seem like harmless fun, but that is far from the
True!
truth, my friend. These things have led to
Wasteful
multiple
plastic,
instances of financial
fucking
ruin,
generic
fights,
ass, same thing over and over again,
Come with me as we
ugly.
examine the world of Funko Pops more closely and discover how dangerous these plastic hunks really are.
Now, here's the question. Do you like Funko Pops?
I just remember I worked at
Chatty.
a hobby store like 2014.
Jaddy, press 1 if you like Funko Pops, press 2 if you're correct. The amount of people pressing 2. Wow, not even one? Not even a single one? If there was a 1, I didn't see it.
And that's whenever they started doing stuff.
Earn
that was
1,
like,
but
oh,
also
they're
2?
introducing a lot more
You're a
IPs.
liar.
Like, oh, there's
Ricardo,
Walking Dead.
welcome.
That show's popular right now. But I remember they did one for
Ugly.
Magic, and they had like a Garrick one. I bought the Garrick one because I was like, oh, it's cool, like a little Garrick. My biggest problem with Funko Pops,
I don't know
before we
who
get
they're
into
made
the
for.
origins of Funko Pops is it's the simplicity of they're all on the same base model, cube head thing, the fucking soulless eyes, and they were usually just wearing like, the
Platinum
outfit.
Gamer, would you like to earn a ban for your first time ever chat? You'll ask, what rule have I broken? Well, You didn't break the one where you brought up other VTubers. You didn't break the one where you brought up shit that you're not supposed to. You didn't break the one where you brought up politics. You did, however, break the rule of the vibe check. Liking Funko Pops is a huge vibe check moment, and admitting that you like it in my chat could lead to a ban at any point in time. So now I have instructed my mods to mark you as a suspicious user, and anytime you fuck up, and I mean anytime you fuck up, you don't even have to say anything wrong, I just have to slightly not like it, I will kill you on sight.
That the character was known for.
Yeah, marked for death. You have the death
He
debuff.
shows, like, his collection room, and he had like an OG.
That one's
like,
so cool. I like that figure.
Monster. He loves collecting
What the hell was
stuff,
that?
and he has like some of the OG characters and stuff, and it used to be like
What
thing
even-
that was like kind of cool
what
to
even
try
is
to
that?
collect them. And
What
but now
character is that?
it
I
just
can't even
became
tell
so
who they are
oversaturated so
sometimes.
quickly that, and you know what the biggest problem is perception-wise is like it gets into like IP that maybe you don't like, kind of tainting your perception of it. You know what I mean? They're popular. It's
What?
insane to think that if you go to
That's not even, no, that's not it. I get worse feelings when it gets into fandoms that I do like. I feel worse seeing like a Legend of Zelda Funko Pop than I feel seeing a Freddy Fazbear Funko Pop. Will by Bacania, thank you so much for the 14 months, by the way. I appreciate it. I never pissed off, Chatty. What do you mean?
I don't know how people have entire booths of Funko Pops. There's no way they're selling them. And these booths that people
It's
have.
crazy. When I was at Anime Expo last year, they had so many, and I'm just like, if a real anime fan is buying this, I'm gonna gatekeep them. I'm gonna gatekeep. I sound like such a bitch, man. I sound like such a bitch. How dare you like Funko Pops? How dare you have joy in your heart? How dare you enjoy something that I don't like? Arrgh. But I stand by it. I stand by it. Get gatekept.
Breaking bad habits can be hard. Breaking bad habits can be hard. So why don't you let fume help?
I like Breaking Bad. That's a TV show.
It's just flavored air, which means you can use fume anywhere. Thanks to no vapor, no nicotine, and no toxic
Thanks,
chemicals.
Dylan Hart.
And on top of that, fume is an
Welcome.
award-winning device that puts you on the path
Is this
toward
an ad?
being free from bad habits.
I'm sorry. I kind of liked it, so I didn't. Didn't make me realize that it was an ad. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Chatty. That was all on me. That was all on me. My bad.
Funko and began selling bobblehead toys. His first product was a bobblehead of
Oh.
a popular American burger chain
I
character.
think bobbleheads are okay. I guess for what they are.
Also, Big Boy's a fucking classic.
I like that they have a stem element to it. You bobble the head.
From there, Funko began to gain traction.
What does
from
Funko
collectors
have?
as it
Nothing.
continued to
It's
branch out and make different collectible
stationary
popular
plastic.
IPs. And during the early 2000s, Funko released a line of figurines called
Oh my god, one of my roommates has the Kingdom Hearts Sora Funko, and every time I see it, I get angry. I get mad. Ooh, every time I see it. Oh, she's a fucking Kingdom Hearts Andy.
Funko Force, which included figurines from DC Comics and all other kinds of shit. This line of toys was met with some success.
Throw it away when she's away? I'm not that
Funko
evil.
Released Funko Force 2.0, revealing the new vinyl figurines that we know today. From that moment on, Funko.
Do you want me to end up in one of those like Reddit threads where it's like, am I the asshole? I threw away my roommate's Funko Pop collection while she was gone because it didn't match the aesthetic that I wanted for the apartment. No, you're not the asshole. You're not the asshole. Fuck Funko
Has
Pop.
only grown in popularity with over 13,000 collectibles released since 2010. That's insane.
That's too much.
People all over the globe have been obsessed with each release since 2021. Funko has made an average of $1 billion
Jesus
in
fucking
profit
Christ.
each year.
Jesus.
I am
Sergeant
so
Link, welcome.
surprised by that figure. That's crazy. Have you known anybody that has actually still today collected them?
No. When they first came out, same around the same year.
Do you think maybe they survive based solely off of people buying them as like Christmas gifts for other people, but nobody actually likes them or displays them and they just keep them in a closet forever? So it's just a bunch of people like, oh, people like Funko Pops. Don't they like John Wick? I'll buy them a John Wick Funko Pop. And then that's what happens. And it's just like nobody's actually liking them. They're just buying them as gifts and nobody displays them, right?
Big on Reddit. Like the same thought process. I was like, these look all the same.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. I like playing it and whatever. But then it was just, I just hated looking at it after a while. Because also the thing too is like, they're not fun to really look at. So what makes them so popular?
They're really
Well,
not.
for starters, Funko has created figurines for nearly every single fandom, making it accessible.
It's really lazy too, the way that they don't even change the eye color for each individual Funko. They all have those black soulless eyes.
To everyone. And furthermore, many celebrities like Ice Spice, Patrick Mahomes, Bruce Lee and others have
Crazy.
their own branded figures, which Bruce Lee, how does he do it from the grave? We'll never know. With such a wide variety and fun colors, it's no surprise that Funko Pops has become one of the largest collectible brands on planet Earth. Much of their addictive appeal can be traced back to savvy marketing strategies and that constantly tap into the nostalgia, exclusivity, and the fear of missing out.
Oh my god, we have an essay as a TTS message.
I can't
This
believe
video
I'm
interrupted
using
to
my
bring to
recent
you.
say this. Back in the day, Funko would fill the market for media that was lacking in merch, and I'd be
That
willing
is
to
true.
say there are maybe a handful of characters their design works for. Now, however, I desperately want to get rid of mine because almost all of mine were gifts that I never wanted. Please don't think less of me. I love you, Lucy.
That's what all of mine are, actually. My brother keeps buying me Funko Pops, like, for Christmas every year. And I don't have the heart to say, I fucking hate it. I don't have the heart. I'm just like, oh, thanks. Thank you. He knows. He does not know, okay? That's Gunpire. He doesn't know that I hate Funkos. The other one probably does. Hassan Pyre probably does. But Gunpire, no. So he keeps buying it for me every year because he thinks that I like it. It's so sad. Thank you for the tier 2 and the 19 months, by the way. Tell Perry on. I appreciate it. Thank you. Blah, blah. That's actually so fucking... It's really tragic, bro. It's really tragic. I promise I'm not so evil that if somebody gives me a gift, I tell them to their face that I hate it. I just tell my chat, you know, just like a couple hundred people, I tell them that I hated the gift.
That's what it is. It's the FOMO. You only have 30 of these. I gotta get them all.
See, it's kind of like what Magic's doing right
Gotta
now
get 'em all.
with serialized cards.
Sorry, I'm interrupting again, but like what you said is true. What you said is true. So you just burn the Funko Pops? They're in my closet right now. I have like 3 in the closet right now. I could drag them out, but I'm not going to. I like to pretend that they don't exist. I could always donate them. Because like technically I'm never gonna use them, so I could donate them and like get rid of them, but honestly, who'd want to buy it? I bet they sell for like $1 at the thrift store. Because nobody wants the Funko Pops. Some kind would like them. Good for them! I hope one day they go to the right family that appreciates them for what they are. But like they said, like, back when they were first coming out, there was a lot less merchandise for certain series, especially anime. So like that could be somebody's first ever figure. Because they would never stock like actual figures in those stores. All there was Funko Pops. So that's why they were successful. There was no other fucking choice. That's it.
That's where it's like, there's only so many being made. Then you're like, yeah, I might not like the IP, but I like the collecting aspect and the rarity of it. Maybe if they were like extremely popular to where they're flying off the shelves, I mean, maybe. I'm sure there are more that are more collectible that are out of print. But now
$1,993?
They're everywhere.
Oh, maybe they'll stop printing it.
Maybe. While Funko might make every single kind of figure under the sun, that is not the sole reason why they are so popular. The branding and marketing for this toy are insanely good. They mainly do this by releasing multiple variants of the same Funko, which makes others rarer, resulting in people spending more money to try to get them. The Labubu
Oh
shit,
my
you know,
god,
you wanna
Squid
get the
Game is
variants, you
awful
wanna
for
get
that.
all collectible
I
things.
hate Labubu! I hate Labubu! There's this fucking rage bait woman on fucking TikTok, and I know she's rage baiting because she does it on purpose. I used to think she was for real, but she's just a rage baiter. But even after finding out that she's just a rage baiter, I still hate her so much. It's her stupid ass accent. She says, I have the 24-karat gold Labubu, and here it is in its full glory. I'm going to prove that my 24-karat gold Labubu, which, by the way, you can hear every single smack of her lip against her bottom lip because she is always in every single video wearing extremely thick lipstick or lip gloss or something. So she's like, and then imagine it's a disgusting British accent. Oh, it fucking rage baits me every time. I have to read the comments of other people getting rage baited to feel better because it pisses me off so bad.
I have a set of something. If I don't have this, it's gonna drive me crazy.
Hydration.
Like I have to have the set.
Labubu.
What really drives collectors into a craze are the rare chase variants. And these are limited edition variants of standard figurines produced.
That woman is rage baiting 100%. You wanna know how I figured out she was rage baiting? She has this video where she, quote, proves that her Labubu has actual gold in it. And she brought out this, quote, device that can, like, detect gold. And she demonstrated, she was like, if I hold it up against my forehead, it doesn't make a sound because my forehead's not made of gold. But if I hold it up against my necklace, it makes a sound. Do you wanna know what the fucking sound was? The grinder notification sound alert. So yeah, that's how I figured out that bitch is rage baiting, and she's really good at it, because until I saw that video, I had no idea. I really thought she was serious, and it drove me so insane. And to this day, she still gets me. She's like a fucking expert S-tier rage baiter. It's impressive. How do you know that sound? I pay attention to what a lot of gay guys do because I'm really yaoi pilled. I know, this is a revelation to you.
36 units, making them highly sought after and difficult to find. This is just for the Funko figurines, but today they also have multiple lines of
Chatty, I'm on Grindr.
figurines and merch, each having its own.
They love my
brand.
huge
So
fat
they
cock on
stepped
there.
out of the,
Apex
regular
Predator,
mold of the thing
welcome.
that was regular,
Predator,
is just now
Predator,
big.
fuck. Chungus!
Pretty cool. This results in people amassing huge collections that have taken them years
Awful.
to make and cost them
Awful.
thousands of their hard-earned
Awful.
dollars.
Awful.
If you search
Awful.
Funko Pop on YouTube, you'll be greeted with a long list of creators who have massive.
Not only are the Funko Pops ugly, the boxing is also extremely generic. Like, look at it. Look at this guy's place.
Collections that have taken them
Okay,
years
out of the
to
box, it's not as bad. In the box, it's awful. In the box, it's awful. Just a picture of the figure. White box, black border. Over and over and over and over and over again. It's so, yeah, it literally looks like a factory. It's disgusting.
And cost them thousands of their hard-earned dollars. If you search Funko Pop on YouTube, you'll be greeted with a long list of creators who have massive collections and some that are pretty big. For instance, Paul Scardino holds the world record for the most figurines in one collection with over 8,000 figurines in his collection alone. He began collecting in 2015 after being gifted one on a birthday party.
An impressive waste of your time!
No, it's a Funko Pop. I know you like Ghostbusters. So. Yeah, I like Ghostbusters. Talking to it from the glass case. I love you. You're gonna come home with me, okay? All right, Paul, I'm gonna get out of here. Yeah.
He almost has every single one.
8,000.
They all look the same.
Which, yeah, I mean, he's like, trust me, there's still a lot to go, but you're halfway there. How do you have the space? How many times have you watched videos where it's like a guy being like, hey guys, let me show you my anime statue collection, and it's like a
They're so pretty.
Is that like you have no escape from your collecting hobby? That's gotta be unhealthy, right?
He probably has one like bedroom that he's just dedicated to Funkos. He can't even see them all. He's just stacking them like back to back up to the ceiling.
His window is getting covered.
He's not gonna put the ones in the box.
When you're so addicted to Funko, it is literally blocking the light out of your life.
Because the weight distribution, whatever. I mean, other examples include YouTuber Top Pops, who has 3.3 million followers on YouTube. His content often deals with telling his viewers on upcoming launches, politics of Funko, and of course, showing off
a bunch of generic Funko Pops are coming out, and water is wet.
In the war room over there at Funko. The CEO is doing some kind of crazy things to keep the company afloat, but I'm happy for Q3 projections. I'd love to dive in on that conversation, dude. What drives collectors to such extremes often goes beyond mere fandom. Within the community, there's a term called OOB, or OOB value, which stands for out of box and refers to the estimated value of a figure once it has been removed from the original packaging. AKA, you ever drive a Lamborghini off the lot? As soon as that Lambo gets off the lot, OOB, right? Many collectors believe that taking a figure out of the box or damaging the box can reduce its value by 50%. That's why so many collectors
a lot of the time, especially when I was just getting into anime figurine collecting, I tossed the box because I didn't have space for that shit. So I literally threw out the box. So I have a bunch of anime figures from way back that just don't have boxes. Granted, if it's a figure that was like expensive, like over like more than 2 figures, I still kept the box. But I have a bunch of like $30, $20 figures that I tossed the box for.
To display walls of box Funko Pops, keeping them in mint edition because you got to have that value up. Almost like the stock market. Like it's a long-term investment, even though there's really absolutely
You're supposed to keep the
no
boxes
plan
for
of
what?
ever
For clout and for when you'll never sell it, you know?
selling them. But it's like, yeah, for the value. Would you want to say that's like gambling in a weird way?
Some people, I think, do gamble with their Funkos. Oh, what I see is a justification because they're just like, if I spend $50 on this now, it might be $80 next year.
Yeah, well, I mean, I bought it for 25, but now it's worth 70.
Well, if I ever need the money, I could sell my Funkos, but I won't.
It's to justify frivolousness. Yes. Can you imagine being the Funko guy in a group of friends? I bought this new car. Wow.
I feel like the logistics of selling things that you own is just way more stress than it's worth. At some point, you have to consider the opportunity cost versus the amount of money you could make. Like, yeah, you could sell each individual Funko. Then you'd have to pay attention to how much you're spending on shipping and making sure it actually gets to the person and then dealing with, like, customer service and shit like that. You'd have to think about keeping your listings appropriate, keeping them up to date. You could do all that and make a little bit of a profit because most of them are not going to resell for that well. Or you could just drop it off at a fucking donation place and then say goodbye to it forever. You know? And that would just instantly be a bunch of relief. Sometimes relief and space is worth its weight in gold.
A Range Rover? Really? Can you afford that? It's like you have 8,000 Funko Pops.
That's an investment, Steve.
8,000.
The Range Rover in 2 years is going to be worth like nothing in the Funko
This was
Pops
my
are
brother
gonna be
coping about Magic the Gathering.
Kind of right there too.
I didn't know Funko.
He would dead ass spend, oh my god, this reminds me, holy shit. You know how like, if you go to a community college, you can usually keep some of like your FAFSA money, right? What he would do is he went to community college for 2 years and he used his FAFSA money to buy Magic the Gathering cards. My grandma would get so mad at him because she'd be like, he just spent $500 on Magic the Gathering cards. He just spent $500 on Magic the Gathering cards. And he was always like, I can just sell it back later. I can just sell it back later, Grandma. Just sell it back later.
Those got as expensive as
Well, I mean,
actual
they all
insanity.
Have, like, certain ones, I'm pulling the statistic out of my ass, but 99% of them are not going to. It's just going to take up shelf space.
Grandma was just jealous. Shut up!
Marvel had the little ones too.
I know some guy almost had the entire.
Granted, that could be true because my grandma was a gambling addict. You know, my brother's like weapon of choice was Magic the Gathering cards, and then my grandma lottery tickets from the gas
Entire
station.
collection, and he sold it to GameStop.
No wonder I had a
$13.
gotcha problem. I'm very predisposed to
Entire
addiction.
amiibo collection, $1,300.
Don't worry,
Hey, man,
Chatty,
you're
I'll
welcome to
never
sell it
do
your own,
heroin.
right? But we can give you cash now. If you're a loan shark or something. isn't
What
it?
the fuck?
Net
That was
open value
terrible.
Is a big reason why people are addicted. Because some of these vinyl figures go for tens
3,500?
of
What?
thousands of dollars
Who would
unwrapped.
fucking pay
The
that?
number one sought after Funko Pop is the elusive golden ticket 2-pack. All the
What?
crypto whales in chat just did. Did someone
Chatty,
say
any
golden
crypto
ticket
whales in here? Any
2-pack?
crypto
It was released in
chatties?
July of 2016, and the golden ticket 2-pack is a collection of a golden Willy Wonka and Oompa Loompa
Wow.
figures. Only 10 were made
Looks
for
so
San Diego
good.
Comic-Con attendees, and only 4 were publicly distributed. This led to these
What?
Funko Pops being sold for $100,000 in May of 2022,
Ain't no way.
and for even more staggering $210,000 in July of 2023.
What?
For even more staggering $210.
Maybe I'll never understand the mind of a true collector. I may never understand. I may never get it. Because I feel like you could spend way less money getting a perfect recreation of this, including the box. You could find somebody who would do this job for you for like $20K and it would be perfect. Like even, maybe even better, but it could be perfect if you wanted it to be. But it's not official. I don't get it. I don't get it. At that price tag, I don't get it.
$10,000 in July of 2023.
See, Mom, my value doubled.
Yeah. Not so crazy
But it's
now,
not the
Mom,
real
huh?
one. I'll
According to
never
many
be a
pricing
collector.
websites, if
I'll
you were to
never be
buy
a true
one of these packs
collector.
On average, you could expect to pay at least $164
The only reason I pay for official figures is because I see that there's a quality difference. If the people who are making fakes were able to make them the same quality as the original and it costs less, you best believe, bet your fucking bottom dollar ass I'm gonna buy the cheaper fake.
$4,000 for one of them. That's gotta be such key levels of money to just be like, 100 grand. That's like actually legitimately some crypto whale shit where they're just like, sure, yeah, here's my flash drive. Just that'll pay for it, I swear.
He's a Funko whale.
That's what we need. We need to
Funko
get Funko
whale.
whales out there. If you're a
Actual
Funko
real
whale, stand up and
existence.
be proud. But that's just the tip of the iceberg. The second most expensive vinyl.
My one eternal regret, Lucy. There was a first edition Black Lotus Magic the Gathering card for $1,000 at a comic shop. I should have spent my college book FAFSA money on it. I have $50,000 now. Are you sure you wouldn't have just sold it when it was worth $5,000? A lot of the problem with people who say, I have X amount of money now, a lot of people would have pulled out faster. You know? There's a lot of people that do the pull-out method. They don't wait. They don't wait for it to grow. They see, oh my God, I've made 200% profit. And then they pull out because they're like, that's enough. So you probably would have sold it way sooner.
Is the Alex DeLarge Clockwork Orange Pop, which you can sell from between $40,000 to $60,000. Just so weird to me, the Clockwork Orange figure.
I have no idea.
It's so weird what gets value, right? Meanwhile, Freddy Funko mascot figures range in value from $6,000 to $48,000, depending on the variant. But one person took out a $100,000 loan to get his Freddy Funko
No
figure.
fucking way. No fucking way.
Those are just the amounts for one single figure.
Now that's a mental illness.
Thousands of dollars.
That needs intervention.
On their entire collection. These things
You
are
should
like,
never
on
take out
average,
a loan to get a
$50
collection.
8,000 of them. How much is that?
I also want to say, I feel people have to be extremely careful when they say something like collecting X is my hobby. Unless you can collect it without spending money, it's not a hobby. It's a consumerist practice. I know that sounds like super old and boomer pilled or whatever, but it's not a hobby if you have to spend money every single time to participate in it. You're just buying something. I don't think buying is like a hobby.
120.
Like, let's say you have one that's like super expensive, but then the rest of your collection, I mean, you're paying basically, I mean, double that. Like, your entire collection is hundreds of thousands of dollars, which is insane to think of. It has become such a problem that other collectors have begun to view Funko Pops and their collection as cancer on the figurine hobby scene. One collector wrote a whole blog about the issue stating, quote, these items are only considered collectible because they get marketed that way. And some are harder to find by design. To most collectors, the rare items are rare because an accident in production or an external factor. In short, Funko takes the fun out of collecting by creating a fake collector's market for profit. That's kind of every market. I feel like everybody's learned from that too. But then also,
isn't that everyone? I'll defend Funko on that.
Educated about like what's valuable. So really, even those things that are like,
you could say that about card games too. They have intentional rarities on certain cards to drive up the value.
You know, the weird misprints and stuff. There's some channels that are kind of cool. Like there's a channel called like Froggy Flips or something where he goes to like garage sales or conventions and stuff. And
like
he's
God
oh,
cards. What? Haha, yeah, true. Good thing I would never participate in a card game. That would be so unethical.
He has like a very deep knowledge of like weird figurines or collectibles or something where it's, oh, this was something that they only made in like the 80s. That weird stuff like
oh my
that.
God, is that
like,
him?
Kind of like
is that him? Is that Himothy?
Been in production since the 80s. There's something that's kind of fun about the collection with that too, though. I still think that a company can make something where they're like, the intention of this is to be collectible. If it is for a market of people that are like, I want to collect that. I don't think that's necessarily malicious. I think what's more so malicious is just like, it's almost like selling cigarettes. It's like getting people hooked or addicted to buying something. Oh yeah, we're gonna make everything.
I can't.
And, like, none of it actually
I can't with the Labubus. They're so ugly.
To me, that's manipulative.
What is it about the most popular things with normies being ugly as shit? Funko Pops, Labubus.
With Funko Pops, you know what you're buying. Like Labubus, you don't. They're blind boxes.
Yeah, I mean, blind boxing is literally gambling. I don't think that there's even anything wrong with getting the blind boxes, but it's like you are going to have people who are like addicted to being like, I need to have this set, and they're going to like,
I need
every
it.
single fucking one. Versus Funko Pop's just like, do you like the chicks from Ghostbusters 2016?
Nobody does.
You know,
didn't sell
like,
it
that's
all.
your conscious decision to buy
Hydration.
them. So to me, like, it's the buyer's fault. They're ugly as shit. I don't know what I'm supposed to tell you. Looking in comments under the blog post, this is a popular sentiment among other collectors. But how did it get this way? Which leads us into
How did it
Funko
get this
addiction.
way? Did you just roll a joint with a Spider-Man
Get out of the
Funko?
way. We're talking about Funko addiction. A big reason why Funko Pops have grown to be more than a collection is that people view it as an investment. Are we just
Oh my god, no way.
People spend hundreds of
You know a meme has gone to its fucking grave when it becomes a Funko Pop. Jesus Christ.
people view it as an investment. Did we just reiterate all this earlier? No shit. People spend hundreds of dollars on Funko Pops in hopes of reselling their collection for a profit in the future, but they don't realize that this is not the case for most figures. To me, that's like that goes into the whole Pokemon scalping thing. It goes into the whole idea of like guys going in and like mass buying something to.
A lot of figures lose value, especially if you ever displayed them, like as in took them out of the box. By a lot.
Sell it for a higher price later. That just feels so fucking scummy to me.
Yeah, it's pretty shitty. It's like that thing was $25, $35.
Also, like, what kind of fucking human being are you?
You just fucking
walk to
burped in the
apartment,
mic
are you a big
again.
Funko person? No, I'm just trying to make a quick buck. Like a
I would never do that to you, Chatty.
No, these Marty McFly
I'd never
ones are
burp in
gonna
your
fly
ear.
at the
On purpose,
Minnesota
unless you ask
Comic-Con,
nicely.
So really excited about that. Gonna make a huge profit. Yeah, this was pretty cool. He has a great.
The Pokemon TCG thing pissed me off. Literal adults ruining it for kids. Yeah, that's a shame. But at the same time, my toxic take is that I feel like people should really do something about card games being on sale for children. I feel like the gambling aspect is extremely strong and prevalent in like pretty much every card game system. So I don't know. I don't know how I feel about kids participating in it in the first place.
Jacket.
I feel the same way about that as I do about kids playing gacha, basically.
Grow, the market becomes more saturated. Funko itself reported that during COVID, it saw a 58% increase in net sales due to the global pandemic, and this caused
even more so because like a lot of the children who want to participate in the Pokemon card games, the reason why is because they see content creators doing their big pack opening things. Like that's one of the big things that content creators do, right? I did it with a V-Card, and they're doing it with Pokemon. They're out there, and of course, they very much mention the expensive ones and the ones that they're trying to get. Like they're like, okay, I really hope I get like the special Neon Umbreon in this one. I think it's finally time. I've opened like 5,000 packs at this point, and then they have like their big pop-off moment when they get the card or whatever, or they get something expensive. True.
Their production to ramp up and flood the market with lots and lots of pops. However, as that boom in popularity slowed down, Funko still had to manage the overwhelming amount of Funkos in their inventory. So in 2023, Funko saw a 48% increase in their inventory from the previous year due to the cost of maintaining it. They dumped $30 million worth of Funko Pops in a landfill to cut down cost of having to hold on to.
Life is hell.
Funko!
You know that's just floating at the bottom of the
There's a
ocean.
landfill with $30 million of Funko. That's the future, dude.
Oh yeah, landfill.
Oh my
The
god.
landfill Funko.
I think it was like their inventory at that time was $250 million worth of product, and they dumped 30 million.
We're only dumping 30 million of it. I mean, it's like
Yeah, it's not that big of a deal. That's like a small percentage.
Being such babies about it.
They're getting rid of all the Game of Thrones Funkos.
Yeah, Game of Thrones. Yeah, exactly. Game of Thrones, where it's like, what seasons did poorly? Okay, Game of Thrones, Last of Us Funkos, get them out of here. All that kind of stuff, right? In fact, there's a huge movement in the community to stop the market's oversaturation, which lowers the value of newer figures. This has caused a severe problem of people going into debt trying to maintain their investments.
What? What?
It's so pathetic, dude. I love it. One person took to Reddit talking about how he and his uncle were sharing the basement of his parents' house, and his uncle accidentally ruined his unboxed value of his entire collection.
Imagine Funko Pops ruining your life to the point that you're rooming with your fucking uncle in the basement.
The user told his uncle not to stack boxes on a specific tote containing his figures. While his uncle was moving out, when the man went back to check his figures, he saw that the boxes were crushed and damaged. Apparently, the collector's unboxed value was $300, but after the boxes were destroyed, it was worth next to nothing. Since then, his nephew everywhere, and the guy has gone into debt trying to get his collection back. I'll donate plasma and take out loans. Early in the video, I said they wouldn't stack on the bottom because they would crush it. People that don't know, they look at these ugly fucking things. I don't know, it looks like a Bratz doll or something. I don't know. What is worse is that the comments under the thread validate the original poster's response, saying he should sue his uncle for personal damages, and the user said he would, but can't because he spent all of his money on his Funko Pops.
Oh
To
my
me, it's more so the
God.
disrespect of being like, I asked you not to and you did anyways, you're a dick. Keep my distance from him, but would I sue my uncle over it? No. But many more severe cases of collection addiction has resulted in people's lives being completely ruined. One man ended up
This reminds me of the lady who tried to sue her nephew for like breaking her wrist from a hug. But I think there was more to the story or something where it was like they had agreed to that so that she could get money some way, but I don't remember the exact details.
getting divorced after prioritizing his Funko Pop
It was
collection
some
over
type
his
of
marriage.
scheme.
In a post on r/am I the asshole, he asked if he was in the wrong for refusing to stop buying the figurines, even after his wife begged him to stop.
Yeah, an insurance
Do you
thing.
think that every time someone posts a "Am I the asshole"? Yeah, they're the asshole.
They're usually
Every
they're
time.
Usually the asshole. I was gonna say it feels
Especially the more they try to make themselves sound like a great person, the more of an asshole they usually
that
are.
way. He prefaced the beginning of the post by saying that his wife had known of his collection since the beginning of the relationship, and that she had never had a problem with it before. He then says that he would spend an average
She was
of
holding
$100
back.
a month on Funko Pops alone. But
Wall
recently had been
Street bets? You
It says
must
that he
be
would spend an average
joking! You must be joking!
$100 a month on Funko Pops alone, but recently
For
had
a
been spending
Reddit?
around over $500 a month. So was
I guess
wife
that's their
began
main
to
customer
complain.
base.
That's kind of a big jump.
Justifiably so. 5 times what you were paying before. There is the financial aspect of it where you're like, it went from $1,200 a year to basically what, over $6,000 a year? Yeah. Right? Which is that, but then also space. $500 a month on Funko. I mean, like, are they in every room? I would say it's more psychological damage than anything. It's really getting good.
Dude, that would be my fucking nightmare. A back room's full of nothing but Funko. This just reminded me of something. I was blocking it out because I had planned to mention it after I saw the Superman movie. The worst part of the Superman movie for me was the fact that the Lex Luthor character looked exactly like one of my previous Starbucks managers. And I mean exactly. Looked exactly like him. Like every single aspect. I even was checking like the actor names at the end because I was like, is that him? But no, it was just like a perfect clone of Lex Luthor, the actor guy. That fucking company, Starbucks, is haunting me lately. I don't know what to do, Chatty. I'm scared.
There's too many deals, babe. I gotta buy. But instead of toning it back, he doubled down and told her that because they had good jobs, they could afford it.
Morbius,
This
thank you
led
for the
to a
tier 3
big
and 20
fight,
months. I
eventually she
appreciate
gave
it.
him an ultimatum. Funko Pops
Lol.
or
That's
marriage.
hilarious.
Glad you find something funny out of my suffering.
Marriage. I also would be like, this is overtaking our lives. Which even I have a collection of stuff, which luckily we have space to where it's like, my
Oh, that's so
hobbies never
cute.
intrude on a communal space. That's kind of the big thing with relationships too, is like, when you're in a marriage, it's give and take. It doesn't mean that you can't have your little spot, but I
That's
think
right,
it's like, you need to be
Chatty. I
respectful
learned a
of
lot
being
from
like,
our
how much
marriage.
of your shit is just completely overrunning everything to where somebody else is like living in your
That's why the entire room behind me is decorated with all of my shit and none of yours.
obsessions, which I think is no bueno.
It's
Like, I mean,
balanced.
that's like hell for somebody. Babe, listen, I'm the breadwinner, and I'm gonna do what I want.
The house is in my name.
Oh my god!
Look what I just got.
Base
I'm gonna charge
misogyny?
my girlfriend rent and then spend that on Funkos.
That would be so dumb.
Chatty, it's about time you paid up. You've been living in the basement for how long? Lucy's gotta buy some Labubu.
Right, dude. He said plainly that he wouldn't let her
We gotta
get in
do
the
a
way of his
Labubu
passion
unboxing
and
stream.
expects the divorce papers soon. AKA, this person is a completely emotionally immature person who is probably going to die alone.
You might find his Funko love out there, though.
You know what's the thing, though? Even if you find somebody, because it's going to be like jealousy. You got that one?
See, then you just sign a prenup, too.
That'd be a long divorce, wouldn't it? To like split the assets. Or is that one mine? Can you imagine sitting in that room being like, all right, so we have
AGEP, thank you for the
Aang,
1,000 biddies. I
Avatar Last
appreciate it. Blah
Airbender.
blah.
He's in the Avatar mode. If she gets this, I'll kill myself. I want this one right now. Just let him have it. All right, we have the Smokey and the Bandit. So actually, if I don't get
Hydration.
that one, I'll kill myself. This story of this divorce gained news media attention and exposed the dark underbelly of Funko collecting to
What?
the masses. People were astonished to see that this was real, but the woman came out and said that this was a common thing among men with large collections. It's very obvious that for some, collecting Funko Pops is like using a drug, and once they get the itch, they just can't stop. Another collector quite
Funko
literally
Pop
went through
needle.
withdrawals and lost everything because he was so addicted to the high of buying.
Chatty, is he right about this? Is this a common male trait? Do you Press 1 if he's right, press 2 if he's wrong. This might be my first time ever getting ick from men. This is definitely a first for me. I'm glad most of you are disagreeing.
And Funko Pops. That shit can happen with anybody, man. This is it's, with anything that you see, people can get in the fucking swing where they're like, I gotta get mine. I gotta get my fix. He claimed that at first.
Gotta
he
get
would
my
just buy
fix.
A few figurines here and there because he was.
Do you guys remember the guy who spent $600 on Farina and he took the money out of like a shared bank account that he had with his girlfriend? Anyone else remember that post? It got famous. I'm thinking of that guy right now. He's the same guy, only it's Farina from Genshin Impact and not Funkos.
Fan of pop culture franchises. Once he started getting lucky and finding rare figurines,
Might just be that men are more able to pursue Funko Pop addiction. Oh my god, the base misogynist take where he's like, Lucy, are you just jealous that men have money because they can work jobs and women have no money because the only job a woman is good for is a kitchen?
Problem. In his own words,
yes, I am jealous.
Buying rare Funko Pops gave him a sense of euphoria and that he needed to find more when it was over. He would get severe bouts of depression and things would only get worse from there. At his lowest, he would go into 4 or 5 stores looking for figurines. If he didn't
you
find
could go to
any
4 or 5
found
stores,
some
or
damage,
just
trash the
one.
Store and have to
No one's gonna get that
kicked
reference.
out. That is fucked. This all resulted in him losing his job because he would search for figurines online while at work, and his girlfriend left him because
Oh my
of this obsession
God.
as well. But he's far from alone. The intense demand for Funko Pops has driven some collectors to extreme behaviors, creating chaos beyond personal relationships. In some cases, the frenzy has even escalated into physical altercations, which leads into Funko Pop fights. Since Funko Pops are perceived as valuable and a hot commodity, this has led to people getting into
Lucy, women can have other jobs. They can be VTubers. Bold of you to assume that any of the VTubers you're watching are actually women behind the screen. Deli, welcome.
fights and even resulted in serious injury because people cannot wait to get their grubby little hands on these figures. And before we get into the real nitty gritty, I just want
Do
to
you
point out
seriously
that
think a woman
there are
could
plenty
make
of
men
stories
laugh?
of people getting hurt from owning these things. One man claimed that he slipped on a Funko Pop, hit the floor, and blacked out. People are tripping, slipping, bumping themselves. I wonder if anybody's choked on one. Do you think people have? Well, yeah,
What?
I think people have like probably put in their mouth or whatever.
Oh my god, there's probably like a news article somewhere out there where it's like a baby choked to death on a Funko because like an irresponsible parent left the Funko around.
Oh, I bet you there are some ER stories or.
There's so many videos online where you're like a doctor's in there and they pull out the craziest shit from a dude's ass.
Do you think there's
I would
been a
clean that off,
Funko
put
in
it a
someone's
glass case, and
ass?
like that was in a guy's ass. Wouldn't that be awesome? That's a fucking Funko Pop to keep.
Do you clean it though? I think you keep it the way it is.
You clean it,
You
Nick.
keep it.
You clean the poop off of it. God. I guess if
Listen,
you have a glass
country girls
case to
make
kinda keep the
do.
shit on it.
Sometimes Funko Pop's all you got.
Seriously. Beast Boy is a bit more beast than boy lately.
Oh,
Another
it looks
person
so
said that
painful with
one
all the
fell
sharp
and shattered,
plastic
causing
bits.
a huge gash in their hand, resulting in them having to get stitches. In a different instance, a kid swallowed a small piece and had to have surgery to get it removed. This is all
Jesus
occurring after
Christ.
people have already bought their figures. But the streets and stores get more dangerous when people are still on the prowl for the next find. One man claimed that he sent his wife to a local Hot Topic one morning while he was at work to wait for the release of a Batman murder machine chase.
You know what? Hot Topic's fall off can literally be measured by the time they started selling Funkos, and I'm dead serious.
It's Funko Pop. Can you imagine that? Baby, could you go
I used to love going in that store, and now I do not give a shit about it.
She's Funko, please. All right, baby. Let me sleep in. When she arrived, a group of 4 dudes ahead of her rushed in and blocked anyone from
How the
grabbing
fuck would
any
you get a whole
Pops
Funko Pop
once the
stuck in
doors
your
opened.
throat?
Somehow, she
Determination.
managed to squeeze
Stevie,
past the
welcome.
group, grab a Funko Pop, only for one of the men to reach back and rip it from her hands, causing it to fall on the floor and get crushed in the shuffle. Thankfully, she was able to find one left.
That reminds me of like all of the altercations at Black Friday with 2 people fighting over one thing, but at least those people are fighting over like a flat screen TV. They can watch porn on that. You can't watch porn on a Funko. I mean, you could project porn onto it, but it's not gonna work that well. The background is not a good background for projecting hentai onto the
After leaving
Funko.
the store, one of the men from the group came up and apologized for his friend's behavior. Hey,
Dogeza!
She's like, it's okay, I still got one.
Not crushed.
Yeah, not crushed. Thank God, my hubby. He's like texting her. Can you?
Honey, I need you to go to Hot Topic, and I need you to get me the Velma Funko Pop. And if you can't do this, I will be filing for divorce.
Get Raising Cane's on the way home. Buzz Lightyear, like fucking blanket. At a different hot topic, people were eagerly waiting in line to get their hands on the rare Twice My Hero Academia Chase Funko
Awful,
Pop. What are these
awful.
names, dude?
I have no idea.
But things started to get a little tense when a man at the front of the line began to threaten to stab anyone who tried to get ahead of him in the line. You are literally in
What
front of the line.
the fuck?
I'm just saying, if anybody tries to get in front of me, I'm gonna cut you. He met like a wall of Funko Pops. I'm gonna kill every single one of you. Apparently, the two men arguing had a history of fighting to get a better spot in line at numerous Funko launches at the same
Oh
hot
my
time.
god, these
And
are
one of them
ops. They're
was
like
fed
ops of
up.
each
The
other.
altercation continued until the man with the knife said he'd followed the other guy to his car, to which the other guy backed off. Imagine like having that reputation.
Horrible.
Yeah, I'm kind of the alpha when it comes to these Funko, the head bull in charge. In Florida, a 34-year-old man was charged with
course
burglary
it's
and had
Florida.
2 counts of battery after he followed a mother and son
Oh
out of
my
Target and
God.
assaulted them so he could steal a limited edition Funko
That's
Pop.
awful!
In 2018, a 41-year-old
That's
man and his
awful.
64-year-old mother stopped by a Target hoping to find a rare limited edition Twinkie the Kid Funko Pop. You know, like the snack? On the store, a man named Charles Porter began following the mother-son duo as they went throughout the store. And after purchasing the figure, he followed them out of the store and again began shouting at them.
That's
Eventually,
fucking crazy.
Things escalated when Charles punched the son in the back of the head as the mother was pulling the car around. When the mother stopped, he crawled into the passenger side.
Am I crazy or does this just make you fucking irredeemable? I know that prison is like to rehabilitate people, but if you assaulted someone for a Funko Pop, that's fucking crazy. Not just that, but like for any decorative item is insane.
The van punched
Yeah,
her
a parent,
and
a
stole
woman,
the
a
Funko Pop.
fucking mother and her
I feel
child.
bad, like the middle-aged guy and
For
his
a
ugly mother.
Funko
and he just gets
Pop.
fucking assaulted. He goes into and he's just like, "You fucking old bitch!" He hits her in the face too. At that point, be like, drag that bitch out like GTA and be like, "I'm taking the van. Peace." The mother tried to stop the man by grabbing his shirt, but he took it off, pushed it to the ground, and ran away. Charles eventually returned to the Target, where he was identified and arrested. Police believe that he did this because the specific figurine could be sold online for $150, and he didn't want to pay the $10.
You punched a fucking mother and her child for $150. That's not even gonna pay your
In the
fine.
store. To
That's
buy
not
it.
gonna pay
Makes
bail.
sense. Listen,
Curse
today
you,
Funko has a
Bill!
brand
It's not gonna
continues
pay
go
it.
down in sales as people are slowly losing interest in the growing amount of Funkos being produced. If you want to get into collecting figurines, there are so many other options that look better and act as an
So
investment.
true.
If you're
So
like
true.
trying to go that angle. But if you plan on starting a Funko Pop collection, be aware of what you're buying. And
I like to get cute anime figures every so often when I like it enough, or it's like my favoriteest ever character of all time. But I never think about like reinvestment later. I'm like, this money's dead. I'm buying it because I like it, and this money's fucking dead. It dies with
who
me.
you're around when buying it. You never know how badly someone might want that figurine. And I just want to say, guys, listen, if you like Funko Pops, like Funko Pops. Just for the love of God. Don't
He went too far here at the end of the video. If you like Funko Pops, no, get a better hobby. Also Tippy
go
High.
to a store and get 9 Funkos and then try to resell it and like act like you're a human being. You're not. You're a piece of shit. Also, I want to shout out some people I like. Another great soft vinyl place I like.
Funko Pox, yeah. Accidental Freudian slip because it's a fucking virus, just like chicken pox.
Unbox Industries. Just want to throw that out there. I like them. I like them. What can I say?
You can say you like them?
I do.
He likes them.
I like.
Wow.
And this is a little announcement too. Later on in the year, I'm just kind of prepping people.
This is crazy. Okay, this will be the last video that we watch. It looked peak when I watched the first 15 seconds. So let's give it a little look-see. Yeah, that should be good. That should be good. That should be
One
good.
of the things I have against video games is video games can expand to consume the amount of time.
This is
you
definitely a
want to.
parrot.
That can destroy you.
When I was a
That
kid,
can destroy
I
you.
would sneak across this exact street to my neighbor's house with my Nintendo console, cords, games, controllers, everything.
Damn, you had friends?
Because my parents would give me max of 1 hour a day to play games, but if I could just get across the street unnoticed, I could game for hours.
Weirdly, if I wanted to spend all day just mindlessly watching movies or TV, that was totally
That's a
fine.
good strat.
So why not video games? Because my dad always said,
video games are an absolute waste of time.
Well, now that it's been 20 years,
Is he
I
right?
started an experiment. 9 months ago, my
Everyone
dad
had this
agreed
friend?
to play
Who's
Dark
everyone?
Souls as his very first video game ever played live on stream for the entire internet to see.
Oh, baby.
Aw, wait, that's so cute.
Bruce is loose.
I'm in the asylum.
All right, so
That's so
I'm actually on my way to go
wholesome.
see him to hold up my end of the deal for him agreeing to
Hydration?
do all of this.
Because I'm basically United Healthcare with how I've monetized this senior citizen's suffering.
This was gonna be a test of game design, of my dad's patience, and the preconceived notions a lot of people have of the value of just a good video game.
What has happened since then was the greatest gaming playthrough in history.
In
and has completely
history.
altered my dad's perception
He's
of
not
video
biased
games,
at all.
his views on internet culture, and even
Oh, look
changed
out,
our
look at his dad
relationship as father and son.
smiling.
Let me take you through his experience of Dark
Who the fucking submitted this to me? This is giving me father envy. Why would you do this?
Souls as his very first video game ever played.
Must be nice to have a
First
dad!
question, how good were you at the game when you started playing?
Probably the better question is, how bad was I?
Those of you who remember the beginning of this playthrough, remember that
He's
this
just
is
like
the
me,
kinda
for real, for real.
high-octane gameplay that we were running for hours at the start.
So I hit that wall as hard as I can. It still doesn't go down. The most difficult thing at first was camera work. Figuring out how to get the camera.
He's right,
to
he's
do it
right,
because
he's right.
That camera directs where your character goes.
Uh-huh.
I remember directing
The way he talks
camera
about
and
this, it
ending
really
up
is a
banging
guy
into
discovering
wall.
video games for the
And
first
then
time.
I think I got it fixed and I bang into the exact same wall again.
Yeah, but it was impressive if you were able to recognize
This
that
is
it
so
even was the same
boomer
wall
pilled
again,
in
because
the
most of
best
the time,
way.
It was just the
Usually
same wall and you didn't know.
I hit them seconds apart, so it was pretty.
Bing, 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 just bing, bong, yeah.
Dang, why isn't this working? I'm
Yeah.
doing the same thing and expecting a different result.
We take it for granted how intuitive it feels to use this because we've been, moving the character with this stick and
Did
looking
he
with the camera
struggle with
this
the
stick since
controller?
Halo.
But in 2000, before Halo was even released, Alien Resurrection came out using
I
the
didn't know this
exact
was
same
possible.
controller scheme, which GameSpot's review famously called completely unplayable because of the controls.
And I threw this man into an already difficult video game with a confusing controller scheme that he
Damn,
didn't
do you
even know
hate your dad?
This is what's called an Xbox controller.
Yeah, I recognize that.
You've seen me touch these
I
before and
recognize
use them.
this.
An ex-boss of the game, moving and looking around.
Right.
These two sticks right there,
These two sticks right here.
those are you put your thumbs there.
Put my thumbs there.
The one on the left.
I like how he's
that's gonna
repeating
handle the
after him.
direction your character walks. He walks left, he walks right. But let's say you want to look around in the room. The right stick is going to handle, think of it like your character's head. You're
so
looking.
You're panning to the left or to the
And
right.
to the left.
I'm thinking about if I had to learn how to do like controls for a game now, I would be so I would be so bad at it. I would not pick up on it very
And
fast.
to the right.
Up
Mhm.
or down. You can look up your nose.
You can. So you heard that Dark Souls
You can
was
look up
a
your
difficult game. I
nose.
did not hide that from you.
He's
So what
right.
did you
No,
expect?
you didn't hide it from me. You kind of threw it in my face
Yeah, I
and said,
did.
"This is gonna make you into a man." That's what you basically said.
Dad, you made me into the man that I am today. And now, I'm gonna make you into the man that you will be tomorrow. After you clear Dark Souls!
So,
Good luck. Get him.
get him how? What weapon do I have?
You have a broken sword in your hand.
Where's my broken? Oh,
Porn intro?
Just-
What the fuck kind of porn are you watching,
I'm gonna
Emerald?
attack. You
Self-report,
didn't tell me.
self-report, self-report.
What did you expect then when I said, people said, oh, it's a difficult video game. What did you expect a difficult video game would be like? Why would it be difficult?
I thought Halo was a difficult video game because I could not maneuver at all. One thing I didn't expect
so
was that I
over.
would need
This
to
is
have
no-
your
Bro, this is elder abuse! This is elder abuse!
intimate coaching as to where to go. I thought it would be a little more intuitive to know, oh, I turn right here or left, or
Yep.
I jump or whatever. Again, using the controller, I eventually learned how to jump and how to roll and how to do those things. And some of them I used a lot, some of those features, and some of them I should have used a lot and just would forget about. I was struggling just to be able to play the game, not really.
He's just like me! He's just like me! He's just like me!
How did it change as you went through your playthrough, how you interpreted difficulty? Because at the beginning, you were just difficulty as just like using the controller. But then for even people that know how to use the controller, they consider Dark Souls difficult. So did it change for
True.
you as you got more comfortable with the controls, what you considered why it was difficult?
Again, I had nothing to compare it with. It's lemon sour.
Exactly.
I've never tasted anything else.
He's never gonna think, if you get him to play any other game, he's gonna be like, why is it so easy? Why is it so boring? Did they just give up? Did they get bored?
Oh, you go, nah. Oh, it's not sour.
Why does he only have 3 attacks? How is he the boss? He only has 3 attacks.
It's crazy.
That's what I mean.
I don't even have to roll.
So now, like, literally, there's so many other games in the world that are so much less punishing than that game. So you're just kind of like, well, of course, I died and everything respawns and all my progress is gone. Like, of course.
I died. Yes, exactly. That is exactly. Oh, I don't spawn, and sometimes when I spawn, most of the time when I spawn, all those guys I just killed, guess what? Gotta do it again.
They're back!
And I have to go back to where I started a while ago, and I have to fight my way back to where I was. Oh, hey.
This is so mean. This is so mean. This is so mean.
Now wait a minute.
It's bad enough when it happens to me. Watching it happen to an elderly man is crazy.
You've gained a little experience and you know how to do it maybe a little better.
Yep, exactly.
But, oh, yeah. I didn't appreciate the difficulty of the game because, again, I had no frame of reference.
Oh my god.
It was incredible.
Do you think he got rage baited? I hope there's a rage bait clip from him.
When you die, it's over.
Yeah,
it's over.
And there, when you die, you don't really die, you just lose. And so
yeah,
you get
yeah.
to respawn and try again. That is interesting because in the real world, if you try to do something and fail at it, which you do all the time, it's not that you die there, it's that you fail and you have to go back and try it again.
If you get that chance, a lot of times in life you fail and it's like that was it, or the second attempt maybe you don't, it's not as impactful. If you do succeed, it's it's refreshing. You're right.
People die when they are killed. People try again when they fail.
So it's all
sometimes.
Like, it's like it didn't even happen. Your mistakes
not a guarantee.
Are gone, and you are the improvement that gets to go into the next attempt.
Yes. Now
they're getting philosophical out here.
Is that a treasure chest up there?
Yeah.
Rage baited.
If I'm a bad son.
What the heck? I think that's the most rage bait we're gonna get out of this guy. He seems pretty calm as an individual.
Oh, well,
no, you're a wonderful son.
Oh, you think so?
Oh no!
Now, towards
These
the
games
end,
are so fucking evil. This
towards
poor
the
old
end,
man.
I was beginning to have expectations of myself.
Yep.
Yeah, horrible son, bro. Horrible son.
I gained some experience. I now know how to
used
use
his dad for content.
I now know how to roll or to jump or whatever. And I think, what a doofus! Why didn't you jump right then? And so then
he's just like me.
Yes, you did.
Oh, I should have swung at him. I
he rage baited. He got rage baited. He punched the
being
chair.
Frustrated.
I'm so excited watching an old man get mad.
I'm sure that everybody else has that same thing. They get frustrated with themselves. They're not angry necessarily at the game.
Well,
but again, I have no frame of reference to say that.
Well, you don't realize that there's a
he's
very
almost
good
as disappointed in
gaming,
himself as
where
he
you
is
just
with his
play in the
son.
game, and that's it. And that's all you do. And that's a very good way of protecting your psyche.
Any problem is the game's problem.
Exactly. In a lot of gaming, and especially in Souls type gaming, there's really like 2 camps of extremes. There's the get good camp.
This is what I said. This is what I said.
The reason you died is because you need to be better. Just play better. And then there's like the game sucks camp, where it's like the reason I died is because the game is poorly designed. And
there's
the
no
truth is
middle
very much
ground.
in
It's
the middle.
true.
Dark Souls speedrunning has had its fair share of
5 million dislikes for that. The truth is in the middle. It's all get good. If you don't like a single fight in the game, it's because you suck. There are no problems in FromSoft games. There is no Warren Bosing say.
legends. But what if I told you that the greatest speedrunner in gaming history finally picked up a controller like King Arthur, pulling Excalibur from the stone? On his first playthrough, he's discovered numerous glitches to aid in his quest. Iron Golem, grab cancel, 1 frame item duping to get 1 more heal than he
Leave
should.
it to the
Even
boomer.
Anne Orlando gravity
Discovering
glitch. This
strats.
is how the world record for slowest Dark Souls speedrun was set.
Slowest Dark Souls speedrun.
So there was some emotional moments, highs and lows of the whole playthrough, but I'm glad that
Gaping
you stuck
Dragon?
around, and
Ew,
everybody
why
is, 'cause
is
you
it
got to
called
experience
that?
why games can be so engrossing.
Oh yeah.
So for you, like when you had like major boss victories, like when you beat like that Gaping Dragon, or when you beat Gwyn, or when you beat Ornstein and Smo, all these
Because
different
it's
bosses,
Gaping Lucy? It's
can you go into
Goatsy?
detail like what
Goatsy
that felt
Dragon
like
is
to have, like, your
crazy.
first actual like boss win in a game?
You want to know that when I beat the dragons?
Yeah. Oh,
and
the 2 bell gargoyles.
Yes, the gargoyles.
Yeah.
And I had that whatever that
Solaire.
was, Solaire. Had to get some help.
Yeah.
And
He got some help.
And Solaire came, and so when you made Solaire attack me and kind of forced me into
Lucy, do
killing
you have
him,
stairs in your
I
house?
was going,
No, but there are stairs.
Which is what I always wanted to do. to
Cases.
Yeah.
It's an
So
apartment
That
complex.
was an interesting cocktail of emotions. When I killed Solaire and I realized I wouldn't be able to call him up and help me with anything else. But then
I see
get
Funko
to
Pops
do
in the
it myself,
background. Can you not ruin this for me? I'm having a good time. Shut the fuck up.
which is what I always did. Remember, on my career, I was a lone
Hydration.
wolf out there.
Yeah.
I was out on an island, just me, most of the time, 90% of the time. So
Oh my god, that guy looks
I could always
cool.
rely on me. I didn't like relying on someone.
Oh my god, is
So
that
you
the
felt-
Godskin
would you
duo?
agree
But
that,
like,
you prefer to
No,
play
he's
without
just
the
as
summons
fat.
because it feels more rewarding that you pulled it off yourself?
And yes, actually, it does feel more rewarding because it's harder.
these are the original.
And when I
Well, whatever it is, it
endured
has to be better than Godskin
feel
Duo.
a tremendous sense of accomplishment. You were saying, how does it feel? How does it feel? Well, it was so new.
They
I
got
was
him.
checking out
They
the feel.
got him.
Yeah.
But I was very elated, and I felt like I had really.
He was
accomplished
happy.
So where I am, I'm dead.
Oh, the camera.
So
From
spam that
soft
heavy
camera
attack.
strikes it. He's in his
You're
dick.
not hitting
He's
him,
in
that's
his
kind of part of
dick.
the issue. Keep hitting him. Keep spamming that thing. And then block these.
Oh my god, his fucking
Yeah.
son is backseating him. No, that would rage bait me. Imagine I'm your father. You fucking elder abuse me by making me play Dark Souls, and you have the audacity to backseat me while I do it.
See how that stops him?
No, this would drive me crazy.
Keep going, one more hit.
That Twitch stream would become famous because I would beat my son live.
Got him.
No, but he's so happy. He's so happy. He's so happy.
Wait a minute. Did I beat him or what? No. Knew that I had accomplished something in the electronic world, and when I turned off the computer and walked out the door, nobody else knew what I had just done.
He's
Except for the
right.
people
He's so right. He's so right. I walk outside. I'm at the Superman movie, and I'm like, nobody knows that I killed the Demon Princes and Gale and Mitter in the same fight. Nobody knows. Nobody knows I'm a Dark Souls god.
We're doing chat wherever
right.
they are, and that's exciting to think that 700 people are watching me be a bozo out there.
Yeah.
And but that was
Aw.
exciting, and it was very thrilling in a way that I have never experienced right before.
Aww.
You haven't experienced that level of emotion and then...
Polar Variant, thank you for the sub. Welcome to Cringe
It was
Empire.
a different feeling that I'd felt.
Do you feel like you got better at the game as time went on?
Yes.
In what
yes.
ways? Like, what was the things that you...
Well, I learned
tightened up?
to. Initially, I never really managed my health. I didn't manage my health.
I said I wasn't gonna...
He's just like me, actually. Right. Oh my god, because he's a boomer and he's never played games, he forgets he has a health bar.
Oh my god! And then finally, I started managing my health a little bit, and I would heal up, and then I would wonder why, when I'm hitting him, I'm not doing any damage. And you're telling me it's because you don't have any stamina. Like, what do you mean? My thumb? I'm hitting that
I'm
thing.
feeling fine here. My thumb's good.
And
You don't have any stamina. He thought IRL. Like, what do you mean? I'm doing good for my age.
That too.
Yep.
And it took me a while, and learning to manage the health and the stamina
Hi,
was one of the
Jenny.
more difficult things. You
I'm
asked
not
me what
saying
was
your last
difficult.
name.
Those were difficult.
Obvious bait.
As we played through the game, did you like the fact that it was live, or did you come around to enjoying that there was a third component? Because there was you and me playing games, and then there was also people watching online. Did you take it or leave it, or did you come to enjoy the fact that there was this third character involved in the experience?
Oh, I thought it was really cool that people would want to watch me. I did. I would go home.
I
and tell my wife,
agree.
"Yeah,
It's always astounding to me that people are watching me die over and over again and be bad at a game.
there were 400 people watching me, whatever it is I did."
Yep.
And I would often follow that up with a comment that says, "I can't understand why they do that."
Why did they watch that?
He's just like me. Wait, I'm literally
And those
this
are some of the next questions I
guy.
actually wanted to ask you.
I was
In my
delighted
heart, I am a
when
father.
I finally started noticing that there were comments coming in. Missed Ornstein and oh yeah, you really missed it, dude.
It was hype.
Spitfire. Yeah, it was awesome.
Look
Epic.
at that. Spitfire,
even.
he read
Epic.
your chat and said your name. I don't think you've ever done that ever.
I don't
Both of
think
those things.
He's learning. He's becoming streamer. He's becoming streamer.
Well, when we started,
Imagine getting upstaged by your father, by the way. Can you imagine? People are going to his Twitch stream and it's like, where's your dad? Where's your dad? Where's your DILF dad? And he's like, fuck, I screwed my whole channel
there
up.
was like 5 people watching. Do you remember the max amount that we hit?
1,300 or something.
1,400 something. So I wanted to ask you, why do you think people found that so fascinating and still do, watching you and I chilling, watching, playing video games?
If you'll remember when we started this.
Yes, I do.
We
verbally.
I like to imagine it's 1,400 people that are just like me, that have no father, and they're just like living vicariously, and they're like, is this what it's like? This must be what it's like. And they're like closing their eyes and like thinking really, really hard, like in their little mind palace.
Our followers many times.
Like, what are you people doing? Go get a life. And that was a comment that I would make often.
Whoa!
You need to get a life. I understand.
People, you know what? Oddly enough, popular. When the streamer makes fun of you, people like it when the streamer flexes on them, apparently. You know, there's a whole variety of people who are like, yeah, I love when the streamer flexes on me and shows me their big fancy car and their mansion, and they show me all the money they make from being a streamer. And then they like it when the streamer insults them and they're like, get a life! And this guy is like, he's fucking dyed in the cloth now.
That a little bit better. I still question the sanity of they who.
I still struggle to be mean to Chatty sometimes for the bit, but this guy's a natural. Just instantly like, get a life. Why are you watching this?
Same thing, and they're living it again through me.
Like I was
It's like a mean girl.
What if, let's say, you know, one of your kids, one of my siblings, decided that they were going to play Dark Souls, would you want to watch that experience? Want to watch them play it?
I tell you what, you've invited my wife to play Dark Souls.
Yeah.
And she will do whatever. And if I'm not here watching at the time, I would definitely.
Drama? He said, my wife, not your mother. There's lore here.
Watch that.
So has your opinion on online social interaction changed in any way from this experience? Just seeing also how wholesome the online community can be.
Yeah.
You know, everyone was very
impressed.
respectful.
They seem like reasonable people that have lives, and I have no problem with them following along. I'm happy that they're doing that.
They seem like they have lives, I say, after telling them to get a fucking life.
I didn't say it quite like that, but it has changed. I understand how people are interested in the video games.
I don't know if I said it, but thank you for the 39 months. I appreciate it.
It can be something that you would enjoy doing. Just like when I was a kid, I'd watch TV.
Yeah.
And this is...
That was a big deal. That was his thing. It was TV.
It's much more than superior to it.
Yeah. It's far superior.
I think what you've learned,
It's far
especially from
superior.
this experience, is how engrossing and emotional.
I do think video games are always going to be better than like sitting down and mindlessly consuming TV or just mindlessly watching content and not actually engaging with it in any way. Not to say that video games can't be bad for you and addictive, but I do think it is very objectively better than like fucking zoning out and watching Love Island.
Impactful, and personally you're developing when you're playing a game. You're not just consuming content. Like a TV is a one-way.
See? Oh my god, he's gonna say my opinion! I did it first.
Which is
MPG, welcome.
Significantly different.
Yeah, that man was robbed of a life as a gamer.
Yeah, and you're a participant.
It's just before
not only
his
from
time.
A gameplay perspective, but you're also a
Born
participant
too early.
From a community perspective. You can see that people can jump on a live stream and make friends there.
That's a
You don't really
tentacle
notice 'cause
monster.
You're not looking at chat too much.
Is
but
that
people are
Davy
often talking
Jones?
to each other. They're not just talking at us.
No, it's the bed of chaos.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they'll be like, hey,
it's
man,
gonna
did
be
you play
my
this
bed
game?
of
Oh, yeah, I did.
chaos.
What was your favorite boss? And they'll kind of chat with each other, and that's how they meet like-minded individuals that enjoy the same kinds of games.
And you are interacting in a real world sense. You're just not doing it in the same
room, same city, right?
And that is different than what I expected.
That's the exact point.
That's what it is. Yeah.
So people online, you basically just kind of find people online that you agree with, or you think they're funny, you think they're interesting, and so when you know that they're going to play a game that you like, or even a game that...
Do you think I'm funny and interesting? Is that what you watched me? Oh my god.
maybe you wanted to see, but you don't want to play yourself because you don't want to spend the time or buy it.
Right,
So you're like, oh great, you know, that guy that I watch online is
I like
playing
that
the
dog.
new, you know, Oblivion remake. I'm gonna go watch him play.
That
it,
dog
and
is
'cause
very
his commentary
funny.
is funny, and I want to see his.
I like how he
experience
just has a
playing it.
sword
So
in his
in the
mouth.
very
He looks
same
stupid,
way,
but
I think
cute.
that's why people watched you, and I think at the same time, even people that haven't played the game have watched it because I think it's just pretty wholesome, you know, father and son playing
It
games.
is wholesome.
And I see the point of the father and son thing because that is why I do.
This guy has like a perfect beard gradient and also in his hair to the point where I question if it's dyed or something, but like it goes from blonde to white and it looks very cool.
Did this? I didn't. If
G
someone
Mister
else
Welcome.
off the street had asked me to do it, I would have decline.
Some crackhead
Yeah.
approaches you and he's like, come on in, buddy. I got Dark Souls.
Come play some Dark Souls, dude.
Bootleg Dark Souls.
Yeah, it'll be the best. It'll
Yeah, I don't think you
bomb.
would play that. No.
Do you
If they'd
think
have
he
said it
regrets
was the
it?
bomb, I would have started running thinking they had, dynamite.
What if you went into the tent and he had Dark Souls and there was also 1,400 people in there surrounding you, watching you play? Wouldn't that be even more fun?
That's essentially what happened, but I didn't have 2,800 eyeballs on me. They had 2,800 eyeballs on the screen that I was also watching.
Yeah.
Which is different. There's a layer in between.
True. Did you ever get nervous with how
Oh my god. He's so knowledgeable. I am more parasocial than this grandpa. Gee, mister, thank you for the 5 gift subs. I appreciate it. Sorry, but if you're watching this through a screen right now, that means we are literally doing the same thing at this very second, meaning we are literally the same person. I know you on a personal and intimate level, and we are best friends.
people
And
watch
in
you?
love, and dating, and married.
You're a huge celebrity.
All real.
Yeah.
I am.
Well, on YouTube, yeah, you guys are people that
You think he
watch
becomes
that
someone's
watch it. It's fun.
Oshi?
Yeah.
He better not steal my viewers. You better not steal my
There was a
viewers, you
moment where
fucking
you had-
harlot!
and you specifically requested Mom sit with you while you fight a boss. Why did
Aw.
you do that, and why was it impactful?
She's got such a
to you
cute
to have
little.
her
Wait, who is
there
that?
While you were doing it.
Oh, that's not your mom. That's
remember
the that's the mom.
I wanted my wife to have some experience watching me do that. So I was very steeped in video games are avoidable distraction.
Yep.
And she's beyond me on that.
She's even deeper
What?
down the rabbit hole.
And so I
What?
wanted her, and
Oh my
I've
God,
been
she's a
spending
gamer?
a lot of time with this, so I wanted her to sit down and watch. That was the 4th one. And there's a 5th one somewhere.
This is
Aaron
such a
said.
sweet family.
That was it.
You did it.
So I think you had to.
So this is the difference between people who are raised properly and people like Lucy Pyre.
Very similar motive that I did.
Yes, yes.
Just kind of interesting.
Yes, and I thought of that later as it,
yeah,
he's me.
You're like, I'm spending a lot of time, but I'm experiencing a lot that's very meaningful to me. And
Diamond
it's intense,
17,
and
thank
I'm
you for
having
the
all these
23
experiences.
months.
It's been fun, and I don't like the idea that she might be
Thank
thinking
you
that
for
I'm
a
just
fun
wasting
stream,
my time.
Daddy.
You want her to see it. You're like, see, look how intense this is and how much I've learned. You want them to understand.
And it's
The
not
people in
so
chat calling
how
him
much I've
Dad.
learned. It's growth that you're relating.
Chatty, if you ever see me in this guy's streams calling this guy Dad, you didn't see that.
Relationship, your relationship with me.
It was
has
something
experience,
from
and
deep
with
within,
Angelica,
very
and with
mentally ill,
Rock.
and I
mean,
couldn't
me,
help
family
myself.
is the
It was
reason I do just
a
about
manifestation of my darkest soul.
Remember, my granddaughter, she's family, and all of my other kids, we spent yesterday afternoon with your sister and her husband. That's what we do, and this is all part of that. And I have the benefit that I've learned quite a bit about video games as a result, and I'm certainly okay with that.
He's learned so much. What? Gwen.
Let's go.
Is this the final boss?
Cinder versus Dad, Lord of Giga.
Oh shit. He instantly got hit. He's getting
It's
bodied.
going well.
Not either.
It's going great. He's fine. He's fine. Just walk it up. Walk it up. He's in cosplay. Oh, I just saw that. Thank you for pointing that out, Shaddy. I'm stupid. I was too distracted by the incredible gameplay.
Oh.
Is he getting 0 damage on him? That's crazy.
Hey, you got a hit on him. I do have 6. I'm the youngest.
Oh my god, he's no-hitting the dad. Is he fat rolling? Not the fat roll, not the fat roll. Are you just letting your father fat roll? That's crazy. Why would you do that to him? You'll backseat him against a boss, but you won't teach him not to fat roll? Oh my god, he's getting it, he's getting it, he's getting it, he's learning, he's learning.
Yes, Dad.
I got him.
He did it while fat rolling. Oh my god, he basically did a challenge run.
You did it.
How did that happen?
You whacked him. When you got to the end of the game, and it was you against the final boss, and there was struggling going on, and there was eventually that moment where it worked. Now, walk me through your experience of that final boss and what it felt like to actually finish and beat your first game.
That's a really good question, because I have no comparative for that. That is the first experience
He keeps
I have
emphasizing that. He's like, well, I have no comparison.
it
I have
was
no
interesting.
comparison
I
for
was
these things
fighting
you mentioned,
Gwyn,
son.
And he kept
I don't
just-
know. How
he
should I
owned
feel?
me for whatever-
How does
it
a baby deer feel
took
when it first
3
gazes upon the
visits for
beautiful
me
forest?
and working with it. And
Nothing.
doing
For that is its new
I don't know
normal.
how many hours, 8 hours, 8 hours to finally figure out what to do. And finally, when I did, I was pleased. I was proud of myself. Hey, I was able to implement the things that you had taught me and about fighting Gwyn, because he was
Aww.
different than
He's like,
anybody
you
else.
taught
And,
me.
you know, I would heal up right underneath his.
The father learns from his son, and the son spent so many years learning from his father, and now the son gets to repay him by teaching him how to play a game. It was his first game, and he didn't even know how to hold a controller. I'm gonna cry.
His face.
Yeah.
And I had tried that with others. It was successfully, but it wasn't quite as obvious. And so I did that, and I did what you suggested. And Gwyn went down, and I just kept hitting him and watching my health. And when I needed to, I'd heal up, and I'd hit him again and hit him again.
Oh my God, he staggered
and
him.
Finally, he just stopped, and he died.
He just stopped.
I wasn't watching his
He
health.
just
I was
stopped.
watching mine, and I figured, you know, when he's done, he's done.
Yeah.
And he was. And
When he's
so
done,
it
he's
took
done.
me
He
by
already
surprise
has the
that
soul's
that I got
mindset.
it.
Yep.
So I was pleased.
I'm not stuck with you. You're stuck with me.
Ran around and you know, made a big deal about it. I was just kind of going, hey, wow, I did that. I did that. With Aaron's
He's
help,
so cute in that little outfit.
that was me. You didn't really give me a whole lot of coaching in that final battle.
No.
You just kind of let
He
me
didn't
go at it.
backseat.
And I appreciated that. And so it was. It
See,
felt
he's
an
like, well, son, I really appreciated how you didn't fucking backseat me in the final battle like you were backseating me and every other boss to that moment.
accomplishment in my career. I would feel the same sort of sense of accomplishment when one of the customers I was working with went live on their accounting system. You realize that, you know, you really
He said
did
it felt
something.
like
So
work.
I felt like I had accomplished
It felt
something
just
that was-
like work.
It was really cool to do.
All right, and we're here. Dad has been wanting to share his passion project with the channel for a long time. So today I'm just going to do the good old hold a flashlight and get yelled at. Just like
Hold a flashlight and get yelled at. Is this the quintessential son experience?
To you, just straight and blunt, is because I love you. I learned a long time ago that if you want to be close to somebody, you don't try to convince them to do something you want to do. You go do something they want to do. And you asked me to do it, but I was very flattered. I never thought you would do such a thing, especially since I've been so anti-video games for so long.
Right.
I'm retired. I couldn't think of a good reason not to do it, so I said okay, and that's why I did it. That's why I continue to do it. You are the attraction, not the game. I did not really care to learn a bunch about video games.
Yeah,
I wanted to learn a bunch about you, and I've accomplished both.
No, I've enjoyed obviously immensely the opportunity to play with you. I mean, you know, I mean, for me, I'm the youngest of 7, so. Babe 2 and I are going to have potentially kids a little bit later. So there's a concern of like, you know, how much time are we going to have? And if we live in Chicago for our kids to interact with.
I feel healed and stabbed at the same time.
Stuff available to show them and be like, this is all the fun stuff that happened. That's meaningful.
You think that was scripted? I think the dad scripted it in his head ages ago.
Supported the channel throughout this
but it's his
playthrough.
true
If you'd
feelings.
like to support us more directly, we do have YouTube memberships, Twitch support
What a sweet video. Wait, bonus scene?
that we're in front of.
This big hunk of metal with a little bit of rubber here and there
cars.
is a 1950
It's a car
Chevrolet
moment.
called a Fleetline Deluxe.
No, Chatty, I
Built in
think that this
1950,
is
and my
actually relevant to you.
wife's grandmother,
No,
your
I think
mother's
you like
grandmother,
cars,
your
right? You like cars a little bit?
Was the owner, the
Slightly.
original owner of this, and she bought it in August of 1950, I believe. Is
He
the
knows
date,
all the
for
details.
about $1,500. This is the only car that she ever drove, the only car that she ever owned, and she gave it to your uncle Scott when he went on his mission, because he went on his mission. And so she gave it to him, and then he, after he got it, what am I going to do with this old car? I don't want it. And so he was going to sell it for $1,000.
Yeah.
My
$1,000
mother-in-law caught
bucks.
wind of it, and so she went down there, gave him the $1,000, took the car, and brought it back home. They drove it on the freeway.
Oh, she paid for it too.
And it just sat there for years, like 2 or 3 or 4 years. Nobody did anything, and we came back here, moved back up from our home in Yuma, and we were living with him, and I said, there's the green car. What are you doing with your green car? Oh, nothing. Nobody ever does anything with that car. So then
So he's
I
been
went over
working
and
on it
started
for
messing
her.
with it. I would make sure that it ran. I would
This
drive it
man
around.
loves
I actually
his
ran out of
family
gas on it
so
a couple of times. But
much!
anyway, I showed an interest, so they gave it to me.
You've been repairing this thing for like 30 years.
Oh, yeah.
He's the
But
love
it
my
didn't
son
need
and
much. I mean,
wife
it's in-
man.
it was
I'm
in
sorry for
remarkable
ever
condition.
doubting you.
That's
I'm
basically
sorry
odd.
for
It didn't
assuming that
need
you had
much,
gotten
and I'm looking at
divorced.
the most torn up car I've ever seen in my
Oh,
life.
yeah. This car had 75 years worth of total
I was
crap
wrong.
that had been building up on this frame. And I took a chisel, this one right here, and a hammer, and just literally had to chisel it off. It was gross. And I have pictures of me after I worked, and I'm
Based
a
family loving
mess.
father.
And anyway, but I
I
cleaned
didn't know
all
that this
this off, and I
genre of
painted
dad
it black
existed.
so that it'll look nice and not get rusted. And right now,
Where do
this
you
is the
buy it?
front. The engine would go right here. We have the new engine that we're going to put in it right across the street at my neighbor's house, who's going to help me put it in, but we've got that. And right now, we have the floors. If you look inside, you can see there's nothing.
You can see it.
just
There's
goes all the way
nothing.
back.
There's not shit.
And that means there's no floor in there. Remember the Fred Flintstone?
Yeah.
This is like a ship of Theseus problem too. It's like once you do all these repairs, is it the same car?
They would run with their feet. Well, you can do that. in this
Hydration.
car. Fred Flintstone got nothing on us. So anyway, I took the floors out because they were all rusted out. The trunk floor is out because it was all rusted out, and we're in the process of replacing those. And basically, everything will be restored back as it was originally in 1950.
Your passion project.
Yeah.
It's
And
his
it was-
passion
I
project.
started it a year ago on
He
June
beat Dark
1st,
Souls, okay? For his
2024,
first ever
when I
video
first
game.
started it.
He's earned his
And here it is,
autistic
June 9th
car
to
project moment in
2025.
this
I
video.
probably won't get it done until June 12th.
He earned it.
2026. I don't know.
Yeah, it's worth it.
Yeah, but it'll take a while, but it'll be able to run for another
I believe in
75
him.
years. When
I believe him. I believe in him. He can do it. If anyone can do it, Dark Soul Dad can't. I know. Oh, what the fuck? Well, Chatty, what a day. I rage baited at Funko Pops, and then I had my daddy issues shoved back in my face. That was a tactical nuke, by the way. Whoever submitted that video, actual tactical nuke. That is so cruel. That is so cruel to send to a girl with no father. I'm speechless, bro. I'm fucking speechless. Enos is doing a conspiracy theory stream, so we can have a conspiracy theory about how Chatty tried to make me feel bad about not having a dad. It's not a conspiracy, it's just true. Not a conspiracy if you can prove it. If you can prove it, that just means that it's reality, and my reality is unquestionable. But damn, that was a good video. That was actually some very wholesome content. I'm not used to seeing shit like that on YouTube. I also want to let you guys know, next week is going to be a short week. I have a couple of collabs. Literally, I think a couple. And I also am going to visit Nomi at her concert. Yippee! Round of applause. Clap, 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 clap. Yay! Woohoo! But yeah, that is what is going to happen on account of that. It will be a shorter week than usual, and also one of my games that I'm really into is getting an update tomorrow, actually. So I might be going a little bit autistic on that, but I will try to do at least 2 streams next week so that we can spend time together and be in love and kiss each other on the forehead and talk about how much we love each other constantly, because you're never allowed to forget. That being said, I'm gonna go stare at a wall and think about how I pulled the bad lottery by not having a father that cared. Anybody else can relate? But I have a Chatty that cares, and that's just like having a father. Mwah! I love you, Chatty. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, bye-bye, bye-bye.